Hey, y'all, listen, welcome into the building. Happy Monday. Okay, I got to get my life together. I'm like, what day is it? And listen, guys, do not judge me tonight, okay? Do not judge me. And why am I saying that? Because I am on this new Mac computer that they made me, they forced me to get, and I'm trying to learn how to use it. So if I miss a comment, skip a comment, whatever I do, cut somebody off, drop somebody, I don't know. Listen. Bear with me, okay? I'm trying to do this. But in the meantime, in between time, it is time to recap the Real Housewives of Potomac. We're about to board this train, okay? So I hope y'all got your ticket. And don't forget, your ticket until the building is just hit that like button, okay? Hit the like button. Help Diva out. Want to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of this month. At least by my birthday, but hit the like button, okay? That's your ticket. I'm about to board this train, and again, give me some time because I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm learning this new computer, but we gonna see. I'm gonna make it do what it do. Okay, I'm gonna make it do what it do. So we're about to board this train, and I gotta bring the monthly ticket holder into the building first. Okay. Hey, Auntie Robyn.
Hey, Diva. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? We about to get into this, okay?
For real, for sure, for true. And I just want to say to everybody in the Great Tribe, should our girl have any kind of mishaps tonight, we will certainly, let's make a pact. We will charge it to her head and not her heart.
That part. Choo choo.
Let's all aboard. Let's get this train rolling.
Ooh, we're gonna get this train rolling. Okay. Hey, we're here.
Hey, oh, excuse me. Hey, everybody. Listen, as Auntie Robyn said, hey, Auntie Robyn, we are going to charge it to Auntie Diva's head and not her heart. And if somebody says something, I dare you because we got security on backup and we will have security come. And Diva, what is our saying this year? Click.
Click. Okay. Click. Especially got a mouse now. Click. Okay.
You will be out of the building and not allowed back on this train. So
at all, banned it from the train. Okay. Wait, listen. Like I ain't trying to start no mess, but like Jaguar White is banned from flying. You will be banned from the train. I'm just trying to tell you. Go ahead, E. Hey, E.
Hey, everybody. Diva, I love your background. You are looking like a real housewife. You look like Wendy on that great background.
That part right there. You know what? I'm gonna have to get a tagline. That's what we're gonna do. I gotta come up with a tagline before we do the reunion. Hey, Juanita.
Hey, gang. How are y'all?
Hey, Juanita.
Ready to ride this train, and we ain't having no mess today. As they said, you'll get thrown off.
That's right. Off, okay. And I have my tagline.
Not put off. You will get thrown
off. I have my tagline ready, y'all. I was at the hotel with Juan. Okay.
So you're the woman that looked like Karen.
That's already. Hey, Shan.
Hey, oh my gosh, Diva, you are glowing. Okay, this is what love and light looks like. I love the background. I love the glow. Hey, Auntie Robyn, how are you? Hey, Roy here. Hey, Juanita. I'm so happy you're here.
Hey, Shan, I
You're
missed
here
you.
because I've been missing your commentary, girl.
Yes, I miss you.
Hey,
Listen.
Manuel.
Hey,
Choo choo.
Manuel.
No mess, no stress. There's a song. I ain't stressing the day, okay? I have my glass of wine. We're going to
No
have a
mess,
good
no
time
stress.
as usual.
Yes. Wait, and I gotta tell you, E, Trent tried like to play quiet and all that. He was missing you too last week. Trent was
Who
like,
was?
yes, he did say that.
Who said that?
Trent.
Oh my God, I love Trent, the cutie pie in the chat. Yes. Hey, Trent, if you're in the building.
Wait, it's
Yeah.
E's name for me.
Hey,
I was at
Trent.
the hotel with one.
Oh yes, I was at the hotel with Juan, child. We're gonna get into it.
Mm.
Hey, Mo Better.
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey.
Look at you and Juanita killing it with the pictures today. Okay.
Yes,
Killing it.
honey.
Love it. All right.
Well,
Listen.
thank you, darling.
Oh, yes,
Diva,
we love it. We love it.
can
All right, guys, we
Diva
gotta
one?
get yes, go ahead, Emmanuel.
Can I give a shout out before we begin?
Of course.
I want to give a shout out to Viola Davis, who just became an EGOT.
Yes.
last
Oh my
night.
God.
You know what, Emmanuel?
Yeah.
You're
So
bringing us
beautiful.
into the Black History moment. You better talk. Go ahead.
What's the EGOT
Okay,
again?
I'll go ahead.
What's
Okay.
that? I
I
forgot.
want to give it up for Viola Davis, who last night just became an EGOT. An EGOT is a special. It's when you get an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. It's like really
Yes.
hard to get, and Viola is the third Black woman to get it, along with Whoopi
Yes.
Goldberg and Jennifer Hudson. So
Yes.
I am so proud of Viola Davis because I love her, and I just wanted to put that out there.
And can I say too, Emmanuel, thank you
Amazing.
for bringing that up. Viola is so beautiful, so graceful. I love everything about Viola. She deserves every moment of it. And her speech, just saying that, at 54, what her 7-year-old self would say to this accomplishment that she's made. She is a part of history and she has broken down so many barriers. I was so happy to see that last night. Emmanuel, thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
And she also
I
has
love
a
her.
book
And
out.
you
I
know
have
what?
a book.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Wani. I'm sorry.
She also has a book out with her memoirs.
Oh,
And
really?
I
What's the name
bought
of it?
Yes.
Yes, let's see, I have it here. I just got it. I hadn't read it yet.
I follow her on Instagram and I saw she posted that. I was really happy, but I wasn't sure what an EGOT was. Thank you, Manuel, for explaining that.
Yeah.
Oh, the book is called Finding Me. Viola Davis,
Yes.
Finding Me.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Juanita. I need to check that out.
We may have to read that. But Miss D Green, you know what? Thank you for my tagline. It's black and white with me. The only gray I acknowledge is my gray hair, honey. That part right there. Boom. Boom.
Drops
Hey,
mic.
Come on now with my tagline. I'm trying to tell you. Okay.
That requires
listen, guys.
snaps
Come
and a
on now.
twist.
Yes, honey. Yes, with my tagline. Okay, listen, guys. We got to get into this. Go ahead, Roya. What did you want to say?
I got two things real quick. First
Yes.
of all, I want to say thank you to you again, Diva, and thank you to everybody who joined us this past Saturday for our part 2 book review on Spare. We had an awesome time.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Y'all just don't know how proud y'all make my heart. Y'all really make my heart smile. So thank you for everybody who came and joined us. Also, we are going to have to postpone next Saturday. So for part 3, if you will join us on the 18th, as we do have an event here on YouTube on Saturday, a day of love on Naughty Love Movement channel. So we are going to postpone that, but we're still going to be giving away the book. So make sure you tune in Saturday the 18th, just in case you're the winner. And then Emmanuel, since you shouted out Viola Davis, we must go ahead and shout out the #1 queen bee herself, Beyonce knows as the most winning Grammy artist in the world, the most. Yes. And then I also must shout out as well that I got my Beyonce tickets today for Atlanta show.
Oh my God, shut up.
I was watching your story.
You will be in the building, okay?
What city? What city?
I'm gonna be in Georgia East, so we need to get up when I come down.
Wait,
I don't have $10,000.
Well, just because we can't go to the show together don't mean we can't meet up.
Wait a minute, did Juan pay for your tickets? Because I need to send him an email.
Baby, listen. I got coins, honey.
I am scared of you. I want tickets. Oh my gosh. Are they sold out?
They're affordable, you guys. There are affordable tickets. I paid $413 for my tickets, and I got
400.
Oh, that's
400.
not
Yeah, and I
bad.
got an eye level view, like straight ahead. She's straight ahead for me, so I'm excited. Go look.
Wait.
I need to follow you on Instagram because you need to be taking videos at the concert, please.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Wait,
You know, it's gonna
400
be a
something's
show.
not
If B
bad.
allows it, if B
Royer,
allows it.
I take back what I said, Royer.
Don't
Remember
Okay,
tell
how
so
it was
let's
Cassidy
wait.
that.
Hold on. We gotta reel this
I'm
in.
sorry.
The train is getting off the track already.
Oh,
Let's reel it in. Because we got a lot to talk about with this episode that came on last night. They're telling you congrats on your ticket, Roy. So yes, don't forget we are reading Prince Harry's book Spare. We did part 1 over here. We did part 2 over at Royer's World. Go over there and check it out because if you missed part 2, you missed a good recap. Okay, and we will be doing part 3. We'll announce the date. We got other stuff because this Saturday we are doing our tour. Okay, we will be on Naughty Love's channel. I want to say it's at noon, right? We're here. We will put up our flyers and everything. Join us over there for a love tour, especially because Valentine's Day is coming up, and we'll talk about that later. Okay, about how everybody feel about Valentine's Day. But tonight, this train ride is about Real Housewives of Potomac. And honey, we got a show last night, okay? Did we have what a show. And we started out, let me tell you something. Dean is a cutie pie. But he a little spoiled. He a little spoiled, okay? Dean is a little cutie pie. We open up with Ashley and Dean going to True Food. You know that True Food, they have one here out where I live, right? And I went there. It's actually a good little restaurant. If you have one in your area, you should definitely check it out. Now, what is the Jonas Brothers? One of their wife, I believe. She collaborated, so she's part owner in this True Food, and she's into like the natural foods and making everything from earthly products, whatever, grown out the earth or whatever. So I went there to the True Food, and it really was good. Yeah, Dean looks like a mixture of Ashley and the dad and Michael. They're beautiful children, and let me tell you this: Ashley is absolutely gorgeous. She really is. And I also think that Ashley is a really good mom. Now, she's not the smartest cookie in the bunch, but she's a good mom. Okay, so she went to the little True Food. She had a mommy and son date. Dean was cutting up, but at that age, that's what they do. But what I thought was so cute when Dean, when she said, Dean, do you remember the house she was playing in? And she said, that's going to be Dean's house. And he started smiling. She was like, Dean's going to have his own room, okay? But Dean didn't want to have his shirt on. He wanted to go back to daddy. He had enough. He was done. And when Dean was ready to go, he cut a fool, okay? But I do believe that, Dean is a cutie pie. Now, here's what's interesting. She called Mimi. She called Mama. She called her Mama while they was in the restaurant, right? And she talked to her mom, and she pretty much was like, Mom, I got a house, Mom. And now her mom been through some stuff. But the mom is not stupid. So when she told her mom she bought a house and that, was 50-50 with Michael, her mom was like, oh, she was like, wow, okay? Meaning, how many times did we tell you, chick, not to buy this house with your husband that you're divorcing, and you still went and did the foolish thing and bought this house? Now, let me add this other scene. Giselle, if you're going to buy a big house like this, you're going to need some maintenance people. I don't advise that you get up on no ladder and you taking the branches off your roof yourself. That's tricky, Giselle. That wasn't a good idea. But you know what? Giselle is Giselle. Now, Robyn, you know what? I used to always think like y'all being messy by calling Robyn Rob, but her own husband calls her Rob. He, when they showed the scene with Robyn, Juan, and Carter out there exercising or whatever, he said, come on, Rob, you got this. So I was like, oh, okay, so don't be mad, Robyn, if we call you Rob when your own husband, Juan, does the same thing, right? So now we got Candiace was with her sister. They got a scene with Candiace and the sister, and Candiace was paying bills, and she's talking about, she's about to have this video release party, okay? And she's gonna have a little party, and then the whole opening scenes ends with, you know, Karen speaking to Mia. Okay, so Cameron got the 3-wick candles that's coming out. She's about to have some 4-wick candles too. And then so she calls Mia, and you know, Mia pretty much told her they was calling you a prostitute. And you know, Karen, you know the Grande Dame. She be Grande Dame all the time. Okay, you got to give it up to her. Every single time you see her, every scene, she just Grande Dame. And she was like, okay, Mia, well, you know, that's what they did, but it sounds like you wasn't defending me. And at least we'll give it to Mia. She told the truth. She said, well, you know, I did. And, you know,
the first time Mia told the truth.
The first time. That's right, Shan. You ain't lying, right? The first time. So Mia was like, yeah, I did. And you know, the Grande Dame told her, you know, I felt like we was getting in a better place. And if it was me, I would have defended you, okay? So you being messy, Mia, not defended the Grande Dame. And we're going to stop there for 1.2 seconds, okay, before I add some more scenes. Well, you know what? I'll just add this scene, and then we'll speak the second half a little bit later. So Robyn, let me tell you this. Whether you like Robyn or not, you better give it up for Robyn House.
Yes.
Give it up for Robyn House.
Yes, everything.
Right, Mo Better? Give it up for Robyn's house, okay? Because she tore that thing down. With the decorated in that house, absolutely, hands down, amazing, okay? She did better than her girl Giselle. But you know, Robyn, because I do follow her on Instagram, she brought in a lot of designers to help her decorate that home. She did a fabulous job. For anything that they showed us, it's a nice flow and everything together. So, you know, mom and dad stopped by. And then mom and dad stopped by, okay? And they, you know, they talking to her. And she looks like mom and dad. She looks like mom and dad. So Robyn is good with, but she definitely looks like her mom. So mom and dad stopped by, and you know, Robyn's talking wedding to them and talking about how she's going to do this thing in Jamaica. And they was upset that they wasn't going to be invited, but they understood. Nice conversation with her mom and her dad. Eve. Hey, Trent. How you doing? Okay, your boo's in the building. Karen, I hope you heard it because I was talking over a Trent. But he said, hey, so thank you for the super chat, Trent. He said Karen ain't cover Ray multi-million-dollar tax debt with a $200K Bravo check. She might be selling that thing. Oh, Trent, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh. And Robyn's house was beautiful. And you know what? Robyn's house is definitely beautiful. I absolutely love it. To die for. I bet she's not paying $13,000. Who? I highly doubt that Robyn is paying $13,000.
No, talking about Ashley. That's her mortgage.
He said that, but I think he's talking about how he's bet.
Oh yes, sorry about that.
Not paying $13K. She's not. And you know what? Ashley is just as foolish as they come. When I heard that mortgage was $13,000 a month, I darn near fell off my seat. I was like, is this girl insane? Is she insane? Is she serious right now? Who does that? When you're not sure about how this thing is going to go down with you and Michael, do you want to just depend on this man the rest of your life? He's playing her. He's playing her like a fiddle, and she's falling for it, hook and sink. Because she also said that they did an LLC and they own this house jointly. And Michael knows that this house belongs to Ashley Darby. Girl, you're the only one that's unclear that this house is not wholeheartedly yours. And the reason why I said that, I had to go look up the LLC, right? Mm-hmm. When I looked up the LLC, first of all, that doesn't mean that automatically that the people own it 50-50 jointly, okay? Mm-hmm. It all depends on what the paperwork said. And this fool had the nerve to say she let Michael handle all the paperwork. I said, I can't do this with this girl right now. We got to pray for her. Put her on the prayer list. Tiff, thank you. You know what? Thank you so much, Tiff, for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. And nice to see you here. All right, I'm going to let somebody else talk.
Okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, Auntie Robyn, you go first. Go ahead and go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you.
I'm a roll over Ashley right now because she is an idiot. I mean, she probably plays Uno and uses the rules that come with the game. She come play with me because it's like Michael threw all the draw 4 cards down on her at the same time, and she was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Just pick up 16 cards." Now, this sorry. The black people rules. Here we go. Now, how about she said that it's 50-50, but I don't know how it can be. Besides the fact that, Diva, what you explained about the LLC, we don't know whether and to what degree she may be a part or named in it. And didn't she say that Michael handed off? She never said that she signed anything. So I'm not even sure that she has any claim at all. And again, and remember, the LLC is not owned by a person. Idiot. Tell you, I can get my 5-year-old, when he was 5 years old, godson, to beat her at Uno easily. Now, $13,000 a month. That has got to be a hefty house worth millions.
Well, you know what, Robyn, not to cut you off, I just think it's probably in a prestigious neighborhood.
Yeah.
I wonder, I don't know about it being that hefty. I'm going to let you continue talking. But Mary M., you are correct. Michael is letting Ashley play pretend that she owns that house. That part right there. Go ahead, Robyn.
She probably would, if I bet you she won't even be smart enough, even at this point, listening to us talk about her behind the scenes. She probably won't even know how to tiptoe just to find the LLC papers just to see what they say. But anyway. So I also thought that Robyn's house was beautiful. That's the best thing she's done in the entirety of her run on the show. Yeah. And I'm going to get on y'all. Again, we know that Juan called her Rob, but people call me Rob too. They call me Rob. They call me Robsy. When folks around on these parts be calling her Rob the Builder, and even Karen calling her Robert, there is an absolute implication and assignment of her gender or her sexual preference that is not of the heterosexual variety. But by the way, I really don't care about that part. I'm just saying in general. But I'm done. Next.
You know what? Wait, I'm going to come to you where you're at. You said Ashley might have a 15-year mortgage, so that house will be paid for by the time the kids are 18. You know what, Lorraine? I wish that she was that smart. I doubt it. I think that, see, Michael Darby is not stupid. And one thing Michael was going to make sure of.
That's why this is true. Michael got a 15-year fixed mortgage on it so that when those kids turn 18, he can kick her out that house, sell that property, and that's one less bill that he has to make. That's exactly how he set it up. Lorraine knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, but you know, and you know what though? I think that he got that thing on lockdown. That's why he put it in the LLC, right? So at the end of the day, when they do get divorced, that house won't even come into play. Because it's not part of the marital, you know, whether he's living with her or not, they still married. He's playing her like a fiddle. And like somebody said earlier, he let Nasty play like she owned that house. You ain't signed no paperwork, girl. And then she said she put down the down payment. You ain't put that down payment down. Michael did. But go ahead, Roya. What do you say? Because you look at she's squirmish about a $13,000 a month mortgage. So that means you can't afford to pay that.
It's not worth it.
Ashley's that part. She ain't squirmish about no $13,000 a month mortgage. Ashley is squirmish about being a single mother, raising 2 boys. She has no idea what she's gonna do. And as I've been saying since season 7, episode 1, Ashley is not mentally as advanced as y'all think she is. Who would sit up and let somebody sign paperwork that you have not read?
Well, hold on, Roya. We're not going to have that fight tonight. The problem I'm having with her not signing these papers that she didn't read is because you know you're getting a divorce, allegedly.
Nah.
But
so you want to trust your person that you're about to divorce, but go ahead.
It goes back to that capacity. She does not think past. Her mental is, I've been married to this man 7, 8 years, 9 years now. He's had my best interest at heart thus far. So he's going to continue to have my best interests at heart and my children's best interests at heart. Like Lorraine said, he got a 15-year fixed mortgage on that house. He gonna help her pay that mortgage off, and once it's done and them kids is grown, he gonna kick her out that house, send Ashley on her merry little way, sell that property, and get his money back that he invested into it. I'm trying to tell you that's exactly what's gonna happen. I love the scene though with her and Dean. I thought it was so adorable. I love seeing Ashley, you know, in her natural state, just being mommy, because she's her most happiest, in my opinion, in those moments. Dean needed a nap, so we're not going to talk about that. Dean just needed a little nap, and Dean lost to walk around naked. That's how we were born in this earth. So y'all leave Dean alone, because I've seen a few people not y'all, but seen a few people in the socials trying to go off on Ashley about Dean not wearing no shirt. It's okay. Naked we came in this world, and naked we should leave. Okay. Robyn's house.
Diva, can I go next, please?
Okay, let him finish.
I'm sorry.
House, beautiful. Whomever the designers were, excellent job, because that's not Robyn's style at all.
At all.
They did
He's like, Robyn ain't got no taste.
From the wallpaper to the drapes, I mean, everything was beautiful. So hats off to her. You know, the relationship with her mom and dad and Juan, it's just something funny about that to me. Did you not feel Juan wasn't there, and it's just like, I feel like they don't want her to marry Juan. Did y'all get that?
Oh, they don't.
My father didn't.
They don't. But you know what it is, Roy? What the problem is that they know everything that's going on. Listen, Robyn's whole season this season was built upon a lie. So they came there helping her with this lie, because you can even see how the mother sat there like about not being invited to Jamaica. And then she's like, "Why are you upset?" But every scene since Robyn been on the show, even with Juan, has been a lie, right? She knew that Juan didn't want to be there, that he couldn't stand her, and you know that he was just dealing with her, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I got the vibe from the parents that they knew this was a fraud, a lie, and they knew what Juan did just recently, and but they know that they don't need to check.
Yep. And then lastly, Mia and Karen. You know, unfortunately, I don't understand why my beautiful Grand Dame keep fooling with trash, because it gets us every single time. So I'll leave it at that.
Thanks, Roya. You kind of cut out at the end more better. I'll jump to you, and then Emmanuel, I'm going to come back to you. Go ahead, more better.
Okay, so Ashley makes me feel better because I have a 4-year-old who trips about small stuff. And so for him not having a shirt on and for her to handle it as gracefully as she did, that was cute. Robyn in the house, I love it. But what's the girl from Married to Medicine that got her whole house decorated by like TikTok or whatever?
Anila,
yes. It gives me that vibes, but I'm like really upset and scared because she's on the chopping block. Like, I don't think she can afford that house after this whole mess has happened. Yeah.
We're gonna pray for Rob.
Yes, thank you. We're gonna pray for Rob. Go ahead, Shan. Yeah, you are correct. Go ahead, more better. You are correct. We're gonna pray for her. We're gonna put her on the prayer list. But go ahead.
And Karen and Mia is kind of weird to me. Like, I wouldn't trust Mia with a stone. Like, as far as I can throw it. Like, I don't understand why she's taking all that shit in. I'm sorry, all that crap in.
I think all of them, to be honest with you, are dealing with each other because they know they got to put on a show. They also know that after a while, if you don't get along with somebody, who do you film with? And if you don't film with somebody, how do you get your check? So I think she see Mia for what she is, but you know what? She played the game with Mia for right now, just so she can have a scene with her. Because you know, Rob, once you fight with Robyn or Giselle, that cuts you out of the scenes with both of them. So it's like, what do you do after a while? So I think she was playing the game with me, and I think, you know, she could toss Mia left, right, left. Yeah. You good?
I agree.
Okay, go to Emmanuel. You're next.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. I need you guys to back off of Ashley. Okay,
Mm.
let me tell y'all something. Ashley is
Mm.
not dumb. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. So all this business with the house, she knows what she's doing. She wouldn't do something to jeopardize her future. I truly believe that she's smarter than what she shows us on the screen, and I think that she's going to be perfectly okay if she even gets divorced, because I don't think she will.
Nope.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
Emmanuel, are you okay?
Yes, you know I love Ashley. You know I
Every
love
chance
Ashley.
Emmanuel get.
Do we need to send a wellness check on you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
No.
What do they call that when you call and be like, can you go check on them and see if they're
Wellness
okay?
Yeah,
Welfare.
Welfare.
We need to do that
welfare
on you.
check.
Emmanuel, a lawyer that went to school,
Yeah.
that did 4 years undergrad, okay, and did 4 years in law school, then passed her boards, sat there and told Ashley that it's not smart to buy a house with your husband that you're divorcing. She also told Ashley that normally the person that holds the purse strings will manipulate you and play games with you because they the one that can make money moves.
Even
And
you
you
watch your video from earlier. He must not have seen your video from yesterday.
that part, the train is derailing. I mean, come on, Nurse VK. I'm trying to tell you, okay?
But you see,
He's bringing the train off the track. So somebody with the expertise who is a divorce attorney tells you that this is not a good idea. And listen, her own flesh and blood, her uncle, what's the uncle name?
Uncle Lump.
Uncle Lump.
Uncle Lump. Uncle Lump. If you don't trust the lawyer, trust Uncle Lump. He done told her 10 times over. Get a lawyer. Stop. What are you doing? Wake up.
But you see,
Go ahead,
the lawyer and the uncle don't know the entire story.
Oh.
There's
Tell
less
us,
to
you know?
the story.
Tell us.
What's the entire story? She's a gold digger.
That part.
It's just a secret.
My argument is the link should be pinned to the top. I'm gonna try to throw it out there again, but I'm not, but it should be pinned to the top. But go ahead, Emmanuel, because we're about to send the wellness check on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's move on.
Emmanuel's been drinking.
Let's move on to Robyn's house. I don't think I paid attention to it, but if all you guys are saying it was nice, then I'll take your word for it. I'm glad she was able to finish it while she still has a job. As far as Karen and Mia, you guys, I disagree with you, Diva. I don't think she's playing the game. I think that Karen genuinely has some affection for Mia. I think that she looks to me as like a lost child, kind of, and kind of wants to like take care of her in a way. So yeah, that's why I think that she's been giving Mia a lot of chances, but unfortunately, as the episode plays out, we see what Mia did. But
did I lose you?
He went out a little bit. I think.
Okay, Shan, you're up next.
All I can say is Ashley is as slow as I expected her to be. And when I watched that clip, I was like, Emmanuel, come get your friend. Get your friend, Emmanuel. We gotta realize that no matter what, Emmanuel's gonna say, Ashley's my girl, I'm gonna stick beside her. And I'm gonna say, Candace is my girl, and I'm gonna stick beside her. Because we're loyal people. So it's fine.
Candace,
13K. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You didn't finish. You got cut out.
I have a quick question for you, Shan. Do you think your girl Candice should have been at the Grammys yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
My friend Londell was there too.
Ashley definitely damn sure shouldn't have been, and she'll never be. Sorry.
And nominated too.
If Black China was there,
not
Candace should have been
there. I don't think she should have been nominated because we all about
Who you talking about, Candace?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nominated as new artist.
No, we're saying maybe she should, but I don't think she's that good yet. I love her, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she's there yet, but she will be. Wait for it. So I think Robyn's house was cute. Yada yada yada. Skip. 13K for because I don't really care for Robyn. 13K for a mortgage. I'm looking at Ashley like, wow. I hope Emmanuel could help you out. I'm proud. I'm
Listen,
proud of Mia.
if she gave me a chance,
Okay, Sugar Daddy 19. Didn't he tell us he was 19 last week?
Yeah, and
okay,
you know what?
Sugar
I'm not
Daddy.
ready to be a daddy yet, but for Ashley, it's okay. I'll be a stepdaddy.
And
Okay.
we got to pray for a minute.
All right,
Because Ashley will really run him through the ringer.
I know. I'm proud of Mia, actually, for the first time. She didn't lie.
Yes, she did.
She partially lied because she said, oh, I was like, what? Huh? No, she wasn't like that. But I'm proud of her for telling Karen the truth. And I agree with her here. Something's off with like Robyn's family situation, but I personally think her mom's looking at her like, girl, what are you doing? Like, is this what I raised you to be type of thing? But I feel like her mom is the type of mom who's like, even if, you know, you're wrong, I'm going to stick beside you type of thing, you know. Her mom seems very loving. Her father, he seems chill. So I don't know.
They're laid back and they're used to this. They've been through this with
Yeah, it's kind of like you a grown up. Right.
And they're letting them do what they do, and they do want better for their daughter, but their daughter gotta want better for herself. But let's move on to
Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Giselle is everything I don't want to be when I'm 50.
All right.
Because there's some women you look to and you see like diva, you know, like you look to and you're like, wow, 50 is like great. Like I'm gonna flourish. This lady is on the roof picking off branches, hating. Like I don't understand. Like I was like, girl, you look stupid.
I wasn't prepared for that.
He's broke.
But my thing is, like, you bring so much hate to the world just to end up on your roof picking off branches. Like, that is what not to do in your 50s, ladies and gentlemen. I was laughing at her, and I was like, God, please forgive me because I'm sorry.
That part. You know what? you it's sad, but I want to let Juanita, you're in the building. What do you have to say about those couple of scenes?
Well, first of all, Giselle picking those branches off. I was hoping and praying that she wouldn't fall because she knows she's just too old to be up there trying to get branches off of her. And well, she don't have any money, so she couldn't hire nobody. So that explains that.
There's nothing wrong with
you better let the wind blow them things off.
Right. It was a nothing scene. She had to do something.
Right.
That's true.
But Robyn's house was nice, and I think her parents are just fed up. They know what one, you know, they probably the type of parents that, well, we can talk until we're blue in the face, and she's gonna do what she want to do. So they just, you know, for the cameras, they just pretend that they're happy about it and just play along with it. Now, Karen and Mia. I still say Mia is such a liar. But then again, Giselle is a pot stirrer because Mia did not call Karen a prostitute. She asked them, are y'all saying that Karen's a prostitute?
That's true.
So Giselle stirred the pot.
It's true.
Giselle took that lie and ran with it.
And she was happy about it. Like, girl, ugh.
So that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you. E, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation? Sheila, I'm coming. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm trying to bring you up.
So first, I have to start and say something to Emmanuel. Darling.
Yes.
Darling, Ashley is not smart. I'm sorry to tell you this. Ashley got her degree in communications from the University of Maryland, but I'm starting to think that she went to the same warehouse in Florida where the girls in Atlanta bought their nursing degree. I know you saw that on the news. Because the fundamentals of Ashley's bachelor's of arts are not being demonstrated through her critical thinking skills as a pending ex-wife, nor a working single mom. Okay. Also, this mommy-son date was inappropriate because that was not an appropriate restaurant choice for a small kid, especially her kid. Dean is out of control. I know that some kids act that way, but Dean is Michael Darby Jr. No boundaries, no sense of awareness of other people around him, just like his pappy. Martha Darby has no boundaries, and Ashley lacks common sense. So I need everyone to pay attention, because this is what it looks like when you have a child by an old man who lacks discipline, self-discipline, and a mother who cannot balance a checkbook and stand up on her own 2 feet. Those 2 babies don't stand a chance. Then she said they got a joint property together and they're going 50-50, and the mortgage is $13,000, but she doesn't know who's going to pay the rent because they haven't discussed it yet. Just complete airhead, because it's no preparation for the future and complete instability for the children. Ashley needs to be stopped at this point, because this is pure self-destruction, and I won't participate in the enabling of her. Ashley is too irresponsible to raise 2 children without supervision. Like I've been saying to you all on this panel since episode 2 of this season, Ashley did need a house. If Michael truly had Ashley's best interest at heart, he would have let her keep the condo, signed it over in her name, and he would have moved out. Because this way the kids don't have to go through that awkward adjustment of getting accustomed to a new place, which is probably going to be temporary anyway, because Ashley can't afford it. Okay? One last thing, Giselle. Giselle, with a face like that, honey, why couldn't you get one of your many suitors to take care of the lead on the roof? Like, your baby daddy is the pastor of a mega church. Doesn't he care about the maintenance and upkeep of the home in which his 3 daughters live? Giselle, I mean, this is just an example of picking poorly throughout your whole life. You chose the wrong man. And lastly, Mia and Karen, all of these women are fake. Nobody's real friends except Robyn and Giselle, that's clear. I'm not even certain how any of them can have each other in each other's homes and around their kids and families, because they're all treacherous. And I agree with Karen. I don't trust you now, so now I'm going to put you on ice. And so we're going to get into it later, and I have a lot more to say.
Well,
Diva, can I please respond?
There it is. Go ahead, Mo Better. Yes.
3-year-olds are really unpredictable, so you can't say that she doesn't have control over her child. Like, 3-year-olds, they do what they do.
I never have control over her child.
That's what I heard. But okay. And yes, and just to piggyback off 13,
Dean's out of control. I never said she didn't have control.
He's not out of control. He's 3 years old.
Well, don't go to a fancy restaurant. Take them to Chuck E. Cheese was my point.
He is old school mama in right now.
McDonald's.
Okay.
Wait, let Mo Better finish. Go ahead, Mo Better.
Oh no, I don't want to fuss. But yeah, but no, 3-year-olds are hard to control, and sometimes you don't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Sometimes you want to have a good steak. So yeah, no, I don't want to go there. That's fine.
All right. You know, sometimes we joke a little too.
Sometimes we just have to agree to disagree.
Yes,
that's true.
Yes.
We have to agree to disagree. But like I said, in real life, I've been to a True Kitchen. I think it's True Food Kitchen restaurant. It's really, I think what it was more for Ashley is a very natural type of restaurant. One of the Jonas brothers, his wife is part owner, and I think the Jonas brother is owner in that restaurant. So they use a lot of stuff from the farm, so to speak. You know,
is it Priyanka?
Huh?
Is it Priyanka Chopra?
And yes, it is, Emmanuel. Yes. Yep.
I've seen Baby Dean, and he is cute as a button, but I've seen him be out of control in his own house. So it's not just him going out in public. Dean is just wild, just like Kathy.
Dean is special. Okay, so H, you're in the building. What would you like to add to this conversation?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm sorry, Emmanuel, but basically I had to come up here because I heard you say that Ashley was smart.
He's wise.
This is the woman that signed a new prenup on TV without even reading it first, yeah?
That part. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure that we were talking about the same person. You know, this is the same woman that's running around wanting to bring drama to everybody else's man, but you know, she don't know nothing about her own man. We're talking about that smart person, yeah.
Come on now.
I just wanted to be clear.
No, listen. Let's be clear. We got to be clear. When a lot of people want to now say, well, it's based off of reality, but they're presenting it, and I say this all the time, as a reality TV show. And Sheila, thank you. I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. It's from farm to table, so that's kind of what that restaurant kind of represents. And I think that's pretty much why she brought Dean there. But like I said, I went there. Very good food, but you have to have the palate, I guess, for it. It's a little different because they not frying, chicken or French fries and nothing like that. But anyway, so when it comes to Ashley, even she sometimes have to laugh and question herself because she knows the words that are coming out of her mouth are straight ridiculous. Okay, the fact that she's talking about this LLC, you know what I'm saying? That her and Michael have. She, I think, knows that Michael is using her, but I think what's happening with Ashley is, like Roy has said, I think we said it before, is the fact that she just does not want to live alone. She even expressed this herself. Like, she doesn't know what life is going to be like with her raising the kids on her own, and she's scared to even allow herself to find out what that would look like. But she has one toe in this world and a half a toe in the other world. How are you going to date when this man is going to control your whole household because he is part owner in it? I would have rather had a condo that is maybe $2,000 a month and I could actually pay it. And you could get a 3-bedroom condo, Ashley, with the 3 kids, and you just have to take them to the playground to play versus your backyard. It ain't that serious. But what is more important is be on your own. Michael Darby is going to run her entire life until those kids are 18 and probably beyond. And she's going to go for it. Sheila, you're in the building. What would you like to add to this conversation?
Hello, everyone. I came up because I was listening. Ashley is not very bright. If that was my daughter, I would definitely tell her to do her business a little bit better. The mere fact that she's pretending to be going through a divorce, I truly don't believe she's actually going through a divorce. I think what has happened with Michael, because of all the different things that have happened and being caught on camera, and he has those businesses, he's just choosing to not be on camera. And this is the reason they're explaining it by saying they're going through a divorce. There's no way in the world that she can afford a $13,000 per month mortgage. That would be stupid on all levels for her to even get into a partnership of that nature. And I think also Michael is smart enough to do the business the way he's doing it to keep her family out of the house. He don't want to continue to pay for her mother, her boyfriend, or whomever else Ashley may bring into the house. And I do believe she do love her children, but I think her children were pawns that she thought it would get her more money. And I think Michael truly did not want to have children, but when he got caught up in the last situation, he gave in just to get some peace. And then she turned around, she had a second baby. You never bring a child into madness. And that is the thing that I tell anybody. A child born through love is it's the best thing that you could ever do to a child. But when a child is brought into a world for money gains, it's not good at all. And I do think little Dean is cute, and he is just a 3-year-old that was sleepy, and he didn't want to leave the house.
He didn't want to leave Michael. He didn't want to leave Michael. So he didn't want to leave
Michael. Michael is his little twin. He's like, I want to be with my dad. I don't want to go here. But he is a cutie pie. But I'm going to tell you something that I think with Karen. I don't think that Karen is guilty of the things that they're saying. I think that she's playing a smart game. I think the mere fact that she's not even giving Charrisse the time of day it's like, I'm not going to engage you, so you're not going to have the time that you want on a platform. Um, as a woman, I think my husband would be, he wouldn't be, he would probably react like Ray would. And we would talk about it later. But the mere fact that they have no respect for a husband and say those kind of things in front of him
Yes.
is just, it's sad to me. I love my husband to pieces, but no one could ever come up to me and say those things about him, and I'm going to engage them in conversation.
Right, but you know what though? We're gonna get to that scene, Sheila, and we're gonna all discuss it. But I will say this. Karen she finally decided, she finally got to that moment where she was gonna just not pay the information any energy, so to speak. Because
Yes,
if she was gonna do it, she should have did it earlier with Charrisse. She let Charrisse, get to her initially, and then she kind of came around. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about what is true and what's not true, but I will say this though. Do I believe every single word that is coming out their mouth? Absolutely not. But is there something going on or something happening and maybe they're in agreement with it? Maybe so. But in addition to that, am I shocked that they were disrespectful to her around her husband? No, because look what they're doing to Candiace and Chris. They respect
definitely.
no marriage, period. It doesn't matter who you are. And like Candace told Ashley, you don't respect it because you don't even know what a healthy marriage looks like.
Well, she should talk after what they did to Monique and Chris.
Oh, see now, well, hold on, hold
Exactly.
on, E.
Thank
We ain't
you.
gonna go there
Wait,
right
there will
now.
be
We'll
no
do that.
Candace slander. Thank you.
We ain't gonna do that. Hold on, but we'll get there.
I
So
love you though, E.
let me add this scene, which was kind of different to me, and I would love to believe, like not to believe that a doctor would participate in any shenanigans, but the Mia and G going to the doctor, which ended up being a dermatologist, to talk about what she could have possibly had with this cancer scare. That scene was a little different to me, and I'm still trying to process it actually, because I'm like, what really happened here? What's going on here? It was like some cancer, some no cancer, maybe cancer, but now you're out of the woods, but you're not in the woods, but we still got to check. It was just, it was a bit much for me. But because a doctor was involved in the conversation, I'm going to lean with, in that regards, Mia was telling the truth somewhat. She might have stretched some things about the situation. That doctor didn't, you said the doctor didn't have a mask on. There's a lot of doctors now that, like, I went to my OBGYN appointment the other day. She didn't have a mask on. And so a lot of offices are letting up with the mask. Some aren't, some are. But my OBG didn't have one on the other day. And she's a very good doctor, but my dentist, you got to walk in the office, which is weird, right? Because they're going to be in your mouth anyway. The dentist, you got to walk in the office with your mask on, but as soon as you get in the chair, you got to take your mask off. They can't do nothing with your teeth without the mask on. Yeah. So it was a lot going on. I'm not sure how I felt about that scene, but that was that scene with Mia. And I think that was her card to say to everybody, I'm telling the truth. Okay. Now the scene, there was two different scenes in a row, because the other scene that was a little different was Giselle and the girls. Let me tell you this. I think, Giselle is missing out on a major opportunity. Her and the daughters are absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Regardless of what you feel about Giselle, I think she has a beautiful family. And I think that if she filmed more scenes with the family, with the girls, I think it would have gave us a whole different side of Giselle, and it probably would have gave us better energy from her. Although that conversation with her and the girls was all over the place, I still like the conversation with them, and I wish Giselle gave us more of that than the mess. Okay, so that was the thing with Giselle. And then we catch Wendy getting ready for Candace's event. And Giselle, wants to speak to, Chris, and, talk to him or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna stop there before we get to the event, because the event, we got a lot to talk about in regards to the But before we get there, we're going to talk about Mia and the doctor and Giselle with the girls. So, Shug, I'm going to start with you and go back up. What do you think about those two scenes?
I think what the dermatologist thing just kind of threw me when I saw that. I think what the dermatologist was doing was actually reading the report of the different doctors that she had been through, and she was kind of running down the summary. It's unfortunate to think, I would hope, that she would not play with such a serious diagnosis as cancer, because it's just not, it's not something that I wish on anyone to witness, be a witness of, or be a part of, or be experiencing. It's if it was just a rash, thankfully it wasn't anything serious. And I'm glad that it wasn't for her. And as far as Gizelle and her daughters, I think I'm in agreement with you. She should do more scenes with her daughters. But I think she's afraid that they may give her away. Because if you look at their interactions with each other when she's talking, even with the one hiding her face and looking at the oldest sister, and what she's, I don't know what she was saying, but that kind of gives off an energy of they're not in agreement with whatever their mother is saying or doing. So I do love seeing her with her daughters, and they are beautiful girls. And if she showed more of that, maybe people would like her. I don't like the messiness of her behavior, but I love it when I see her with her daughters.
I do too. And Lorraine, yes, sorry that happened to you. I think a lot of people, right? The doctors kind of, I don't want to say this, like you can get freaked out by the information, right? You can get freaked out by the information, especially if you have a doctor that just doesn't have the time to explain it to you in detail, or if you have a doctor who the way they just say it, you're like, oh my god, like you don't know like what's really going on. And then Google is your worst enemy. When you don't know something, you go to Google, because Google will have you thinking that you got 2 days left. Okay, like 48 hours. Okay, so you can't use Google either. So yes, she's an oversharer, but see, that's the other thing that she has to learn when it comes to being on reality TV. You instantly become famous. I guess I'm gonna use the word famous. Okay, you instantly become famous. People will start following your social media, and once you put it out there, you can't take it back. Mo Better, what do you think about the whole doctor scene with Mia? I just thought it was weird. And the scene with Giselle and the girls.
Okay, so with Mia and the doctor, I don't know if you noticed, but G always seems to call Mia out indirectly.
He
like
does.
the host. So like he was like, is that what you heard? Or is that what they said? Or is that what you heard? Like, did you understand it correctly?
He did. I caught that.
Yeah, that was interesting to me. And then with Giselle and her daughters, I love it. She's a great mom. But I want to comment is like the kind of awkward hug from, I don't know, was it Grace, one of the girls, where she's like, oh, you want a hug? Like, I'm not with my mom. Like, my mom does too much sometimes. It's like, here, girl, I love you, but here's this hug just to make you feel better. I still love you, but here you go. But I loved it though. But yeah, that doctor scene was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Trent, thank you for the super chat. Is production to blame for the contrived storylines? I would have preferred to see more of Robyn's house. Mia's flooring for her rental. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, you want to put hardwood. Mia is slow too. And for you to claim you are a CEO and a businesswoman, what person rips up the floors in their rental and replace it with hardwood floors? Are you crazy? Hardwood floors are extremely expensive. Like, it's out of control expensive. So I talk about my house all the time, and I say I have 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, right? And when I came in, it was all carpet in here, and we ripped it up. And listen, Me and my girlfriends ripped it up ourselves. Okay, they helped me, because if I didn't rip it up, they was going to charge me a price to rip up the carpet first, then lay down the wood floors. So I had to rip it up. I had to bang towel up from the entryway of my hallway. Okay, and listen, over 10 grand, and they charged the extra amount to lay the wood on the flight of stairs. I was like, are y'all people crazy? So if I paid that much for my little townhome, can you imagine that massive house? Those people must love her. They probably was like, this is the dumbest renter we ever had in our life. Like, ridiculous. You gonna put wood floors down in my house? Sure, go right ahead. We thank you. And I don't even think she was there a year.
Because she wants to appear to be something she's not. You know, Mia is like that.
Yeah, but you know what a lot of them are, right? What's the name? Charrisse still talking about champagne from when she was back on the show many moons ago, and we don't even know where you live at, girl. We never saw Charrisse in her home this entire season. Trent, in case
he's a travel nurse.
I know. Trent, I'm sorry if I didn't say it. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so who was I up to? I'm sorry. Where was I going? Am I on you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So at the beginning of the season, I was riding for Mia. Smoke and Warrior were pulling my coattail, letting me know this is a farce. And when I saw it last night, I have to be honest with you, I began to see things the way that Royer and Smoke saw it. And I'll preface it by saying this so that I don't come across harsh. I've had certain scares, and I've received news, and I've been put on the wrong antibiotics, one time, and then test results have come back and looked like something else. It's not as severe as what Mia described, but the first thing I did was I called my Nana. And I know that everyone, responds however they want to, but to jump on social media and not follow up and offer an explanation, that is irresponsible. And so from episode 1 to the season finale, no one is going to pay me to believe that it took her from episode 1 until the season finale to realize it was just a rash this whole time. You have got to be kidding me. This is such a turnoff. And how dare you play with people's time like this and emotions? It's really an insult. And for someone like Mia, who claims to be the CEO and runs all these businesses, and you're so responsible and you're so well-to-do, I would expect, if you were so in panic and you were jumping to the next extreme, because we know she's dramatic, I cannot believe you didn't rush to get a second opinion. I cannot believe that you just let it linger for all these weeks. I'm sorry. I'm perplexed by that. And I didn't like it. And I have to say to Miss Sheila, I think that you are very intuitive. I love it when you speak. You sound so smart. And I agree with you when you say the girls would give away Giselle's storyline, because they kind of did in reference to that guy, and basically said that it was all fake. And I think that the twins defer to the oldest daughter, Grace, and all of them are beautiful. But you can tell that Grace has the most common sense in that house. And I think that that's obvious. The only thing I didn't like was I didn't like that throwaway comment that Giselle made about she doesn't know what the schools are teaching those girls because they didn't know their biology. I was thinking, why didn't you teach them?
Come on.
Yeah, because they should know the difference between their urethra and the vagina. That's your job. And so I hate when people throw things off.
Parents teach that?
I'm sorry?
Parents teach that?
Well, you don't think you teach that when you teach them to wipe from front to back? Yes. I think that's important. Am I wrong, Diva?
No.
No, you are not wrong. A parent should teach that.
You speak your truth. And then you have to teach your kids how to wash their body and brush your teeth, and the importance of going to this doctor, doing this, doing X, Y, Z. Yes, she is supposed to teach her. And she got all girls.
Yes, so, and they need to know that anyway, especially with the father, like what they have, they need to know. And I'm shocked he didn't teach them that. Don't let anybody touch you down there. No, that's important. And I have to say, because I gave Wendy a hard time this season, but Diva, you brought up one of my favorite scenes of the evening, and I even wrote it down. When Wendy said, I have to quote Martin Luther King. In the words of Martin Luther King, sometimes it is not the voice of your enemies, but the silence of your friends that rings the deepest. I was like, if that is not a word, Dr. Osefo. Now she's acting like a doctor because what she said to Karen about Mia, that is true. Because Karen doesn't give a damn.
Yep.
Excuse me. Karen doesn't care what Charrisse is saying. She's paying her absolute dust, like Sheila said. However, the point is, you're my friend. I don't care what she did. It's about what you did. You don't stay silent because I wouldn't stay silent for you. You are a coward. When Wendy said that, I was like, okay, Wendy, I'm ready to give you one more chance. I'm ready to lighten up on you.
Right. She has her moments, and I do agree with you. That spoke volumes. When she said that, I was like, come through. But you know what though? Here's the problem I have with Wendy E. She don't even listen to her own words. Because
okay.
when she was at the party, and then they said, and she was like, Mia, what happened between her and Mia? And she said, oh, I forgive you. She hugged her. Like,
and then she said, if you wanted to touch it, all you had to do was ask. I was going to get to that too, because I was like, I can't be mad at Mia anymore for throwing the drink on you. Because if you're going to show her your vajayjay and you finna hug on her and give her air kisses, baby, that's all on you. I can't be more mad than you. Go ahead, Wendy.
Because she's forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get forgiving.
Listen. Who did not speak on this that wants to speak? Because I done lost track of who's going next.
Me, Robyn.
Go ahead,
I think that the scene with Giselle and her girls, that was good. But apparently Giselle hadn't been talking to her girls about, female organs and all this. You don't just wait until they get in school to depend on the school to talk about this stuff. This is something you as a parent should talk about. And are we still on the scene? Wendy. I was just kind of shocked at her in her confessional when she said that about Mia. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't know whether she was trying, she was making it sound like it would have been okay if Mia had asked. And that I didn't think that was a good business move on her part.
You know what? I think Wendy goes in and out of who she wants to be. Somebody said before they want to get to know the real Wendy. And you know what? Now I'm leaning towards that. Wendy, who are you? And trust me, I'm rooting for Wendy. I'm on Wendy's side. But who are you, Wendy? One minute we see Rob Wendy. The next minute we see Professor Wendy. The next minute we see Wendy who just wants everybody to be her friend, and she will allow anything and do anything so that she can be friends with these people. I mean, you got to stand up and be, of course, give me a minute. You got to be stand up and be you, Wendy. We want to see you. No, you can't get mad at Mia, because in real time, she got mad at Mia for, talking about her whole private parts and touching and this, that, and the other. But yet you're joking with her about it. Right. I mean, come on, Mia. I mean, what are we doing here? You understand? Tommy Fan 84, thank you for the super chat. Hold on one second, guys. I'm coming to you. Big Reese took over Kenya's lease with the refrigerator. About that white refrigerator. I cannot right now. Hold on one second, guys. Give me one more second. Okay, Ace Club New, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Diva, I hope your weekend was good. I had a good weekend. Thank you. Okay.
So he's a Kappa. Sorry.
Don't do that. Yeah, you know what?
Look at Royer. Don't do that, Royer.
Wendy is a
Can I say one thing about Wendy?
Yes, you can.
I feel bad for the girl. Because what do you people want? She come on first season. She was being her doctor for the group.
Come on, Shan. Talk about it.
Thank you.
Everybody found she was annoying. Now she's like, okay, let me be, more chill, less of a prude, whatever. It's, she's a doctor. But she's a doctor, but she's a human being too. She's still a girl on a reality show, still has to give us some personality, still have to give us a little shade. She still has to play a role, or y'all would say she's a prude, she's boring. Next, what kind of star is she? She don't give reality. Like, Come on. And people are multifaceted. Like when I go to work, I'm a different way. When I come on here, I'm a shader, all that. Like in my real life, I don't do this. I don't sit around and shade people, but I come on here, I'm like, oh snap, let's show shade.
Okay, so wait, hold on, guys.
People are multifaceted.
We all are, right, Shan? But hold on one second. Yolanda's connecting with you because she said, let Dr. Wendy be great. No, Dr. Wendy has to let herself be great. So you can't turn around 1 minute, right? You're pissed off at Mia because she threw a drink on you. And you want to call colorism, this, that, and the other. Right. These words came out of Dr. Wendy's mouth. Let's be clear, right? And so you have everybody connecting and being in an uproar about this whole colorism thing. Then 2.2 seconds later, and I'm into forgiveness. But you got to understand how she's flip-flopping and how she's shown all kind of scenarios. Who are you, Dr. Wendy?
But Diva.
So wait, I'm going to let you go, Shan, but give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Now she comes to you, right? And in 2.2 seconds, there's an apology. There's an apology. You accept the apology. You're kissing on her. You're hugging her. And all of that good
it wasn't
stuff.
All of that. Don't make it. It wasn't all of that.
I agree. She's too forgiving.
She did. She was like, "You're gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. You a CEO. You a boss. I'm a boss." That's what they did in that room. When
That's what they did.
Because she's positive.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna let you in. So then she did all that, right? To the point where y'all go hang out and party, and you showing your poom poom.
Come on, Diva.
And then you tell it, and then Mia shows you hers, and you playing with it.
That's right.
And then later on, and listen, I ain't got no problem. Listen, but what I'm just saying is, you can't say you want to be looked at and treated a certain way, but then you go and you play these little games.
Yes.
Then when they talk about it on the side, if you follow her social media, she was pissed that Mia put that out there because she tweeted back to Mia saying that I'm a whole professional. Why are you doing this? But hold on, boo. You the one that sat on there and said, if she would have let me, if she would have asked,
that's my point.
All of that.
Okay.
So y'all can't,
because she want to give y'all some.
Y'all doing the flip flop with me. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all in. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all in 1 second. Trent, thank you for the super chat. Shannon is right. I remember there was a petition on Twitter to have Wendy fired because her degrees were too aggressive. Okay, Trent, listen, I'm not saying I like Dr. Wendy, but I'm asking y'all, who is she and what does she want?
She's multi-layered.
Okay,
no, she's fine walking. She needs to pick another struggle.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just get this super chat. Ace Club New. Can we talk about how beautiful Wendy looked when she was talking to Karen on the phone, when she was quoting Dr. King? Yes. Let me tell you this. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
But y'all want to ignore the fact that she's given all types of sides and we can't figure out who she is. If y'all want to ignore that, I'll ignore
Diva,
it.
can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Diva, I love you. You know this. But earlier you said Karen was being friends with Mia because she had to have someone to film with. So don't you think Wendy is being like, damn, I can't just go against all of them because I'm still on the show. So let me play into Mia's stupidity. Wendy's a chameleon. She could be a doctor. She could be shady. She could be, listen, Wendy's that girl. Beautiful. I'm like, whoa. Okay. She's stunning.
But Wendy said that Mia assaulted her. So why can't she be friends with someone else?
She did assault her. No. She did assault her.
Well, she
did. But like, no. Go on, right. Everybody always say, Wendy Williams used to say, I'm a woman and I can change my mind. I can change whatever. So when Wendy does it, why all of a sudden is it an issue when she decides to change her mind and make a decision and do things differently? But when anybody else does it, it's okay. See, it's
if you assault me,
and that really aggravates me that people always want to put a butt behind Wendy, but we justify what everybody else does. Can y'all answer that for me? Why is
if you assault me, I'm not showing you my coochie. That's what I'm saying.
That part and Trump. Hold on, y'all. That part Maybe if you was my boo, maybe if you was my friend, you get this seed. I flash it to you. You want to see what's going on over here? But you assaulted me, threw a drink on me, threw a bag
never
at me.
admitted to Mia doing that. Wendy, I never heard Wendy admit to Mia feeling on her thing. She said that Wendy said specifically in the confessional that Mia asked to eat her box. That is exactly what was said. That does not.
Ashley said that they showed each other their boxes.
That's what she
That
said.
is not to tell that, and we cannot do that because if that's the case, then we might as well say the same thing for Candy and Phaedra's situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If I can cut
But
in,
the witnesses, Ashley and Robyn, they did say.
We know they lied, right?
Okay, well, hopefully
Giselle will admit to being messy. She admitted to being messy.
Can I comment on the? Can I comment on the?
You know what, E? You know what, E?
Period,
We
Roya.
gotta just understand that some people
Agree to
that's on the
disagree.
train tonight, that part. Some people that's on the train tonight, their vision is unclear. Okay, they're confused.
With the
Okay, so here's
the Ashley
my
right now. Somebody
say one thing about it,
just
about
the
the
relevance
situation.
of Ashley. Roya, you related to Ashley?
Okay, so here
I don't know what vision is unclear, but as I stated, y'all always love to put a but behind Wendy, and I have an issue with that. We can justify with everybody else.
Can I say something about that?
Wait a minute.
She came on trying to be smart and elegant and beautiful. It was an issue. When she came on season 2, her second season, she tried to be rough and tough and big and bad. It was an issue. Then she came on to this season and she tried to be a little median of both. It was still an issue. Why can't we not get
right? But Wendy is the one that got upset when Mia said she wanted to eat her box, and then in her confessional, she goes on to say about the what she said, the Godiva,
Godiva chocolate.
Yeah.
But I want to say this. She did not appear upset when she mentioned it initially. Hi, everyone. I'm Creole Mom. I'm from NOLA. I just want to say first, I am so happy to finally be up here on this panel. Oh my God.
Well, we're happy to have you. Maybe you be the neutralizer, the equalizer. Maybe you'll put this train back on track. Let's hear what you got to say.
Okay. Do we recognize that currently the 4 OGs as of this season, because Charrisse returned, is Giselle, Robyn, Karen, and Charrisse. I do agree with Shan. At the end of the day, no matter how many degrees Wendy has, she is still a female who just wants to be accepted. And so to be accepted by the 3 original, Giselle, Robyn, and Karen. Okay. Karen, as Grande Dame, as she likes to self-proclaim, and as the ambassador of Syria, the country, she's boring with her boring husband.
Oh,
so
my God.
The only
now she's boring.
The only 2 you have left are Robyn and Giselle. And Giselle is EP. So of course you're coming in to get her approval. She's perhaps going through Mia to get the approval of the Green Eye Bandits, Giselle and Robyn. I mean, Robyn has already self-proclaimed that she's depressed from the fact that her man's been cheating on her and she don't know how to come out public with that. And Giselle's been misguiding her. And then you have Ashley, Candy, and Mia. Now, of the remainder, Charrisse, honestly, she also proclaimed that she was depressed on her first season. So I believe her coming back is her getting out of that little hiccup and trying to show who she is again, but it's a little too late for that. 5 years late. Mia's a reformed hoe. Okay. You're right. I was finna correct that. She might not be reformed. Ashley was probably pimped by her damn mama. Okay. Can I say
Oh
damn?
man.
She was probably pimped by her mama, but she left her childhood home and married this old man be it for money or love, whatever for her love, but for the rest of the
Money.
world, we know it's money.
Really?
And so now her time is up. If I remember correctly, and I do, she was the one who brought up the post-nup. How you bring up a post-nup, get it done, and don't know that you ain't gonna get alimony in it?
That
You
part.
couldn't take care of yourself back then.
That part.
So we're scared to take care of ourselves now, and we have 2 children. See, Ashley can't be the Mia kind of hoe, or the hoe that she was with her husband, because now we got 2 impressionable children who are watching you, whether you want to believe that or not.
Right.
So yeah, we're scared to be on our own because I don't think we've ever been on our own. But sweetheart, it's how we live. It's how a lot of women live today, including moi. Okay. Then we got Candace. Do we realize that Wendy and Candace, that we understand, are the only 2 real educated women on this show? Because Giselle too.
You.
That's what I've been saying.
Giselle too. Giselle is I believe. Well,
You have been
No,
saying
Giselle has
Yeah.
a degree.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Karen
it's
is
been rumored that Giselle is AKA. Okay, I don't know that to be fact, but
It's a fact, but please don't blaspheme my sorority.
Well, I'm just saying it to say. AKAs don't take undereducated women. Okay, like
No,
they
we
don't
take we
women.
take college trained women. And she's
This
college
train
trained. She's
is
far
all
from
over the
educated.
But Wendy has 4 degrees, and Candace has an MBA and a music career. So I don't think that the other women are hating on them because of their Godiva chocolate. I think they're hating on them because they're
accomplished,
green-eyed behind the degrees the alphabet soup that stand behind these 2 women. And unfortunately, these 2 women want to be accepted by the group when the group should be wanting to be accepted by them. I'm just saying.
No. Say that part again for the people in the back of the room, okay? So
I'm saying.
So instead of Wendy saying pick me, pick me, pick me, she should
Right.
rise to the top and tell them I'm the one that you need to be following. But go ahead,
He's
Creole
doing
Mom.
that.
Yes.
But
now I'm Giselle is a NOLA girl, and I'm a NOLA girl.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna speak against Giselle.
But you can speak against her in the sorority.
You know what y'all got to do? First of all, let me say this really quickly because I don't want it to pass and you leave and I don't get to say it. I love your voice. I love the way you speak. But here's the thing. All of y'all, instead of y'all being able to, speak the facts about somebody you like, y'all get blinders on because y'all like them. You're like, no way, I can't say anything. I'm not gonna pop.
Exactly.
Y'all gotta speak the facts and shame the devil here. Listen, I like Wendy. Go ahead, Emmanuel, in her 4 degrees. But come on, go ahead, Emmanuel.
I just want to explain it real quick.
Yes, explain it.
Just because Wendy forgave Mia doesn't mean it erases everything. It was just like when Phaedra forgave Kenya, and then Kenya did that divorce party, and she was like, wait a minute, like just because I forgave you doesn't mean that everything you did erases. So yes, Mia assaulted her. She forgave her after Mia apologized. They all went out, and she thought, oh, you know what, maybe we can bond, we can play around. Now, when Wendy was saying all that about the chocolate and the box and the this and the licking and whatever, she was
drunk.
Playful. She was being playful, but she never would have imagined that Mia would then take it to Giselle and been like,
right.
Oh, she opened it up. But Wendy was just joking. She was just, like some banter. I mean, why is it okay for Portia and Kenya and Candy to be playful and all that, but why can't Wendy? Wendy isn't a cartoon character to be one-dimensional. She can, she can be many different things.
Thank you.
Emmanuel,
I don't remember Kenya showing Portia her box, though. I don't remember Kenya doing that after Portia.
Kenya did to LaToya. Remember, she was like, she wanted to sleep with
No,
LaToya.
I'm not talking about Toya. I'm talking about Portia. When Portia pulled Kenya's hair, I don't remember Kenya opening her legs and showing Portia her box. Did that happen?
No.
She was
everybody's
having fun,
different. Everybody's different.
No.
Okay, so first we're talking about
you know what, because we're not going to shake this train off the track and we got a whole nother scene to get to.
I love you,
We're
baby.
going to let them have their moment. We're going to let them be delusional, so to speak. We're going to let
them. What you won't do is call us. Now, see, this is my see. This is why I get upset. This is why I get upset, and I'm. Look, in the words of Nene, not Nene, calm down, just Nene. Now listen.
Yes.
I hear what y'all saying.
Okay.
But here is my problem.
Okay.
When Wendy came on her first season, y'all said she came on too strong, correct?
True.
Correct.
Y'all gonna leave that alone. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with Wendy and her degrees. I love Wendy and I love her with all her degrees, right? I love the fact that she is, what's on CNN, MSBN, whatever. All the letters. I love it all, okay? But my problem is this. You cannot want to beat somebody down with a stick because they're taking away from your character. But then you come in and you play into what they trying to beat you down for. And then you can say it. But if they say something about it, then you get pissed. It's just a mess. It's a whole hot mess. But let me get to this other scene right here.
I missed the last scene.
Diva, Diva, may I say something real quick?
Yes, okay. Let Sheila say something. Hold on.
And Robyn, please.
We need a Diva's court.
You too, Robyn. Hold on. Go ahead, Sheila.
I totally agree with you. And I think people are missing the point. There's nothing wrong with being playful. And she's allowed to have different dimensions of her personality. But something that egregious of someone saying something like that and you playfully kind of give that banner back or you're flipping about it. I think once she saw it play out and seeing how facetious it was meant to be, that's when she got upset about it. Mm-hmm. But they were not that close for her to go from them hating her, hitting her, throwing water on her, and then suddenly you're so friendly that you are going to spread it wide. I have a best friend I've had for years, and we've never had that conversation, and we'll never have that conversation. I've known her since she was in her 20s, and we both in our 60s now.
Sheila, you said it better than I did, and thank you, the essence aesthetic.
But if she didn't, y'all would say she was a prude.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think.
Why does Mia
can
have
I
to
say
like
this?
Let Sheila finish it, then I'm gonna let Robyn.
As a female, you should always. You don't have to be prudish to be a part of a conversation. You should always remember that you are a lady first.
That part.
Exactly.
And that is it. You should always remember that you are a lady first. You can have fun, but you always have to remember to respect yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, no one else will.
That part. And they saying different generations. But here's the thing, though. You got a whole husband. I'm not sitting in these streets showing what belongs to my husband to anybody else. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. You can't see my home. Now listen, let's do this. If I was single and I'm hanging with the girls and I'm being wild, I'm going to do what I do. But when it comes to my man, my husband, ain't nobody going to see what's down there but me and him. Point blank in a period. So you want to 1 minute be here, but then the next minute you doing this type of behavior. That's all it is for me. But we got to move to this last scene. But go ahead, Auntie Robyn. You wanted to say something about this, but go ahead.
Not this. I want to say something about the things before about the Giselle's medical issue as well as Mia's. I was actually surprised when I watched them talk about Giselle's issue because in a house of 4 females, I was gobsmacked that they were so clueless. I'm going to leave that there because I know we want to move on. But I'm going to take this moment to stick up for Mia. I have shared with some people on here my story. Memorial Day weekend of 2021. I went to the ER. They said, you're very sick. I was hospitalized. It wasn't until the 3rd day that I realized that they had me on the oncology ward. I was diagnosed with a MDS, which is a blood cancer. The 3rd Wednesday, did you hear me say 2021? The third Wednesday of last month, I went to my oncologist and they told me, you know what? You don't have cancer after all. It was a misdiagnosis.
Wow.
So for 2 years, I've been living believing I had a cancer that has no cure. The only treatment would be stem cell. I even went for consultations with transplantation doctors. So I wanted y'all to know that with this, when it comes to like a cancer diagnosis, there are so many different things, so many different components, and we all have some form of cancer in us anyway. It's just a matter of your cells replicating at a very rapid rate that indicates that you have a cancer and that it's able to be identified. So I'm gonna give me a whole lot of grace because, you know, she didn't get it as bad as I did, telling me and thinking for the last 2 years, giving away brand new stuff because you think you're dying soon. Let's just be nice about that. That's it. That's my public service announcement.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, hold on, guys. You know what, Robyn? I think everybody's in agreement with that piece of what you're saying because we all have gotten scares because these doctors can really freak you out. Because I had one situation and one doctor told me, you know, oh, you're going to take this med, take that med, whatever. And then the other doctor told me, no, I'm going to put you on this plan and we're going to see how it goes in 3 months. And then if it doesn't go right in 3 months, then, you know, we maybe look at into something else. So it all depends on the doctor's approach. Ari, and I hope I'm saying your name right, you hit the nail on the head. You should have been on this train ride tonight because you're connecting with me 100%. Me and Sheila, you're connecting with us because everybody else, they giving us the power on this train. They beating us down, okay? They beat, and that's why they eat. They beating us down. And so somebody else said yes, but that is my point of view of marriage. Not everyone share that. Tutu, I get it, right? You know, of course, you know, I'm very old school. And you know, I'm talking about, you know, when, you know, I grew up in the time where when you sat down at the table, and listen, I'm guilty of this too, so I ain't judging nobody, but I grew up in the time where dinner was at the table with the family. Every summer, I would go down to my grandparents' house and we stayed the whole summer with my grandparents. And you sat at the table, and whether you liked it or not, you got life lessons from them, okay? And it wasn't all heavy stuff. It would be small stuff. Respect the elders when you go out. I'm going to send you down the block with this pie for Miss So-and-so, and you make sure you say hi, thank you, and all the family and this, that, and that, and you tell her it came from me, blah, blah, blah. You understand what I mean? And listen, my grandparents who were married for years, I want to say over 50 years, I would have to ask my dad to confirm the number, but my grandparents is you respect your husband. That's my grandmother used to preach that all the time. Okay, you respect your husband. You may not like everything he gonna say that's gonna come out his mouth, but you respect your husband, and your body is for you and your husband. But that's just my time. You're right, different generation. And the essence says, which I agree with. Yeah, she's saying, Robyn, we understand that, but she's saying, but did you put it on Twitter? See, you know what? This social media has people oversharing too much. The minute they hear something, instead of going within, thinking to themselves and trying to, oh my God, they me and my boyfriend broke up. Then me and my boyfriend back together. And then, you know, even some of these social medias now, I'm engaged, I'm married, I'm whatever. I think it's too much, but we got to get to this last scene. So allow me to get to this last scene. We are at Candiace release party. And you know what? I was 2 seconds from giving that door manager a big fat F. How she gonna come into her thing and she got to say to you, well, ain't you going to announce me what's going on here? I'm just walking up in the place. This is my release party. Where's the organization? And see, that's the problem with some of these door managers now. They ain't worth a dime. Okay, so the manager, she had to talk to the manager about, you know, what's up? Are you going to announce me? You supposed to say something big. You should have had a big unveiling of the screens before her video play. The manager, matter of fact, you know what? I'm sorry. The manager gets that. So we come near, but let me tell you what I loved about this release party. You know what? Candiace has grown right before our very eyes, okay? She sat up there, gave that speech, okay? Thanked her mother, thanked her family, thanked everybody. And when that chick said thank you to her husband, and they both had tears in their eyes, it was a very touching, moving moment. I loved it. I was here for every second of it. And I know I say this a lot, but over and over again, that is why I like to watch reality TV, for scenes like that, not the other shenanigans in the mess. Those two, I felt it through the screen, the love, the caring. I loved it between those two. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. And don't think I'm crazy. When I see Candiace and Chris, right, and they're from two different cultures, I don't even freaking see their color anymore. These two are doing the darn thing. And to me, they're showing the world, because there's a lot of blended families out there. There's a lot of, because, you know, he has children. And there's a lot of people that, you know, they're coming in with different cultures. And to me, those two are doing it well. I love them, right? So now we got, did you notice and did you watch Giselle as she was thanking everybody? And when she thanked her husband, Giselle was sitting there to me looking extremely jealous. If you didn't catch her eyes, if you didn't catch her look, go back and at the very least, watch that part of the scene again. Now, what they did to Karen at this event was a tragedy. But are we shocked? No, because that's what they do. Any marriage on the Real Housewives of Potomac, those single ladies will do whatever to break it up. Now, Ashley was out of pocket and out of line. Let's be clear. In my opinion, Ashley, she's another one. She's a bitter Betty. You know, she wished Michael loved her in a certain way. She wished she had that husband that cared for her and wanted to raise these kids with her. But the thing is, though, when you go into a relationship a certain type of way, and then you wake up one day and you have evolved and the other person has not yet evolved to that point, you can't be mad. When you signed on the dollar line, when you signed that contract, you signed up for the threesomes, you signed up for the shenanigans, you signed up for whatever. And even when he started doing things and you wanted to slow down, okay? You wanted to slow down and you knew he did not want to. That's when you should have just made your decision. And listen, I love the kids. I would never say a kid should not be here. But when you knew about the mess with Michael when you only had Dean.
Mm-hmm.
But you sat there because you was determined to enlarge your family and you had another one. So now, Ashley, here you are. And like they said back in my day, that's your bed. Now you lay in it. You made your bed, so now you got to lay in it. This is your mess you created. Don't be mad at Candace because her husband loves her. Stop looking at other people's relationship and always want to tear down. And you were straight messy when you got up there in Candace's release party to talk to Chris when they already told you this is not the place at the time. And now you want to do the Steve Urkel. Did I do that? What did I say?
The Karen.
I wanted to slap her. I wanted to slap her across her face like you're being messy. And you know what? Chris blew up, and he blew up for a very good reason. Knock off the shenanigans. Y'all are playing with something, and now you know what? As much as I kept saying that Candy needed to forgive Phaedra, now I understand why she does not and why she didn't. I'm sorry. You know, sometimes things come to me late. But you know why she didn't? Now, I don't know this to be true. But when they showed where everybody was at, and they said Chris was no longer working at that hotel, all I could think to myself is, did it have anything to do with this whole shenanigans that went on and that goddamn Giselle?
Yeah, right.
I was pissed off when I saw that on the screen. Pissed off. So now what else happened here? Let's talk about the Karen situation. Then I'm going to come around to everybody. You know, the whole Karen situation in Ray Ray. You know, I like Ray Ray. Okay. I'm here for Ray Ray.
I wore blue to represent Karen this evening because she had on blue in the last scene.
Over here.
I want to say, I thought it was very disrespectful that they just put that little stand up with a flower on her to represent.
That was so
Karen.
disrespectful.
That was so disrespectful to the girl.
It was disrespectful and rude. They messy. But you know what? So Ray Ray, you know, Ray Ray is at the point where whatever Karen says, he does. And listen, and this is not degrading. I know a lot of couples like that where the husband, you know, they just love their wife, and their wife said they going to a baby shower. Then the husband like, all right, we're going to the baby shower. You know, the wife said we got to go here, honey. He's like, all right, wear your purse, wear your stuff, get ready. I got the car ready. Let's go. Okay, so that's the point where Ray Ray is at, and I'm okay with it. Okay, so they come in and they want to keep telling Karen that, you know, she was a hoe. That Karen she be in the streets, just giving her pum pum to whoever, you know, wants it, and you know, just being all kind of disrespectful, whatever. Now, let me say this. And I love Karen. Y'all know I love Karen. She's a grande dame. I love her. But let me say this. Do I think Karen might have had a little problem with the bottles, meaning the alcohol, the brown beverages and all that? I do. I think, I do. Because I see it a little bit in Karen as we watch the show. I never forget the scene where she was pissy drunk. And she said to everybody she want Ray Ray to give her money back. She paid them taxes and she want her money back. Okay. So I do think that Karen, she got a little situation with the bottle. Okay. Do I think that Karen was at the rehab before? And it's no shame. Listen, if you need help, go get help. But do I think Karen was at the rehab before? I do. Do I think Karen lost her license and Ray Ray had to drive her around everywhere? I do. Now, do I think Karen be in just random bathrooms, just sleeping with people? I do not. I do not picture the grande dame doing that. Now, do I think that, she might have got some from somebody else besides Ray Ray?
The silence is deafening.
Okay. So that's it. But you know what? The disrespect that they gave Karen up in that release party was messy. Now, Giselle, let me add this, and then we're going to go around. Now, Giselle, she's so afraid of Chris. Chris disrespected her. She was afraid to be in a room with a man that wasn't her husband alone. But she walked up in the release party. She actually put her hands on Chris. Did y'all catch that?
Yes.
I need y'all to go back. I said, hold on. I had to watch it again. She actually touched Chris and said, hey.
Hi, sir.
Thank you, Juanita. Hi, sir. So I said, wait a minute. Here's this man that had you all scared up in the room. You done told this story to everybody that would listen. And now you go up in the release party and you touching him saying, hey, sir. No. If you scared me that much and I was that pissed at you, when I saw you on one side of the room, I would have made sure to walk to the other side. Giselle is messy. She's full of it. And she destroyed this man's life. And he's pissed off about it. And Giselle, I'm pissed off too. Okay? Now,
and no consequence
about that scene before I go around.
She didn't destroy his life. I mean, come on. They spread the rumor.
What was your question?
Was there anything else I needed to add to that scene before we'll go around to the people?
No, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. I'll start at the bottom. Okay, Creole mom, go ahead, because I'm shaking now, and that means the train is shaking. But go ahead. What was you trying to say?
She didn't destroy his life. First, we have to remember that the rumor is that, and do I need to say the alleged part at this part?
Yes.
Okay. The alleged rumor is that the storyline to say about Chris and Candace and the attempt to cause some disturbance in that marriage was so that they can take the focus off of Robyn and her lack of a relationship or said marriage. So we have to remember that being the storyline. Secondly,
so that makes this okay, or
no, I didn't say it made it okay, but it did make it entertaining.
No, it's not entertaining.
And it made it was entertaining enough to be conversation.
No, it's not
controversial.
It's disgusting.
Okay, wait, let's let Creole finish, and I'm gonna go around. Okay, go ahead, finish.
And in addition, going biblical, when God is in your marriage, it's very hard to tear apart a threefold cord than it is a twofold cord. Threefold cord, Candace and Chris. Twofold cord, Ashley and Michael. So that says a lot too. I too was touched when Candace shared how much she loved her husband and loved his support of her in her career. And that was a message not only to the other housewives who had failless marriages, but also to her mom, who also spoke against her marriage. They 10 toes down for each other, and that's to be said. I do want to correct something or clarify something a little off topic. Just because Giselle is Nola home too, doesn't mean I agree with everything she says and does. I just want to say that.
All right. You know we
Okay.
love you over here. It's all good. Juanita, what are your thoughts on this
I I just
video
I just
release party?
I just love the scene with Chris and Candace, how they Candace complimented her husband and how she loved him, how she had a little triangle tissue with a little tear. It that was just a beautiful scene.
Yes, it
And
was.
Giselle was just jealous of their relationship, and she did everything she could to try to tear them apart. And I do believe for a fact that he probably lost his job because of those allegations,
I feel that
because
way.
some jobs don't take that seriously. Now, as far as Karen and Ray, now I'm with you, Diva. I don't believe Karen was sleeping around in nobody's bathroom, but I
Right.
do believe she had a drinking problem. She
Mm-hmm.
did probably go to rehab. She probably had the DUI, and either she get Ray to drive her around, or Ray get somebody to drive her around. So I just don't believe Karen's integrity. I don't believe she would just stoop that low. And
Wait,
Charisse was just
Juanita, hold on 1 second. Gabor, hey Gabor, don't start Gabor. Don't start Gabor. What are you talking about? What? What about what? What about what, Gabor? You gotta talk to me. But go ahead, Juanita. I just had to address Gabor.
yeah.
Hey Gabor.
Okay,
Go ahead.
but yeah, I don't think Karen would stoop that low as to go in the bathroom with
Me
just
either.
some anybody, and especially the hired help. She's too classy for that.
She's a grand dame. The
Right.
grand
So
dame. Yeah, now we may do something, but I ain't doing it in this bathroom. Y'all gonna stop. Karen said out of her mouth one season, season 3, she had the DUI. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I do. So that's fine, right? But don't be
yeah,
putting all this on her
don't
back. But go
don't
ahead,
don't
Juanita.
be don't be spreading those nasty lies like she's just a tramp and just go with anybody in the
That part.
bathroom or just to have a relationship with. That's just absurd. But I'm finished.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Emmanuel, we're on you. I hope you don't make this train shake.
Well, let's hope not. But I gotta
Yeah.
say though, Karen is not a drunk. Just because you've gotten drunk once on TV doesn't mean you're a drunk. She had a couple extra drinks that one time and acted a little out of it, but that doesn't make her drunk. Let's see what else. Oh, I didn't know that Chris had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they?
They shown them before. It could be that the mom don't want them on TV. It's a boy and a girl.
Oh, so he had another marriage before Candice?
I believe so. Because
Oh,
remember, they said Candace at first was helping him pay his child support.
Right, and the kids
oh.
visited the house.
Girl, please.
Interesting. Also, I'm surprised that they didn't show that scene in Mexico, the one that they cut out where Giselle was like, "Okay, I'm hearing you," where Candice was telling her about her apologizing. Now, here's what my theory. I think that in the reunion, Giselle's gonna turn it down a notch, and she's not going to be so hard on Chris, and she'll probably apologize because
No, did you see the trailer, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, we're gonna need you to catch up. We got to speed up this train and catch you up. Did you
didn't
see
she
the
apologize?
trailer? Chris is pissed.
Yeah,
Chris is pissed. Chris told her, "You messed up my life. This is not a joke." He's done. He's mad, and he's piping mad, and he's piping mad for a reason. And this reunion is going to go down. And Giselle has got to pay. She messed up this man's life. Candace needed him to have this job.
Yeah,
Now
that's
he's
true.
jobless. You see
Okay.
at the end, they said he's no longer working at the hotel.
And that's entertaining. Like, come on, people. We got to have some coof, okay?
No. Okay. It's not entertaining. But anyway, I want to address
Right.
what y'all said about Ashley. I don't think.
Oh my God, Ashley.
Listen,
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Shake.
you guys believe that Ashley was going after Candice because she's jealous or because she doesn't have a marriage like that? I don't think that's true. I think that's the case with Giselle. I think that for Ashley, it's more of a revenge thing because if you guys remember, Candice was she went relentlessly against Michael. So I think for her, it's more of a payback rather than like a bitterness. You know what I'm saying?
But did Michael deserve it though? Was it true? Did she lie on Michael or did she just tell the truth of what Michael was doing? There's a difference.
Shan is coming with it.
No, I'm getting sick and tired because no, Ashley, no.
Look, Shan, here's the thing. It might have been, but it was none of Candace's business.
What was none of Candace's business?
What happened in season 5? I mean, season 4. I don't remember.
Advocating for the victim. Candy is an advocate for the victims. Candace.
No, she was okay, that's fine, but she was attacking Ashley directly through that situation.
Because Ashley was attacking her
Ashley
man.
deserved it.
Okay, so hold on, Emmanuel. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Paige, thank you for the super chat. Giselle was actually born in Houston and raised in the DMV area. Her parents are from the what's this? New Orleans. New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hey, Gabor.
Hey, Diva. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Gabor.
Hey, Gabor.
What's good?
What's good, Gabor?
What's good?
Diva, you're not no good. You ain't no good, Diva. Let me tell you what you did to me yesterday.
What I do?
So last night, I was making me something to eat before I went to bed, and I was listening to your video about Michael and Ashley, but I was just listening to it while it was on. Mm-hmm. And I just kept on hearing you say, and Ashley got them beautiful kids, and I just kept on turning around real fast. I just had a real strong reaction to look you dead in your eye to see if you were serious, and you was dead serious.
Oh my God!
Your kids are beautiful. Don't do that to the kids.
In that sense, all God kids are beautiful.
Yes.
But hey, Diva, I miss you. I just woke up. I had to take a nap.
Oh, you had to take a nap. Okay, listen. Let me just ask you this, but we're going to finish going around here.
Okay.
But you know what? We had this big. The train was shaking for a minute because they're feeling like, Wendy is just showing all sides of Wendy, right? And I said that Wendy is playing both sides of the fence. 1 minute she want to be professional Wendy with the 4 degrees, right? The next minute she want to be the down Wendy, where she gonna show her poom poom to everybody, and she perhaps touch somebody else's poom poom, okay? Then 1 minute she gonna have us all in the uproar. She calling colorism on the set, you know what I'm saying? They colorist, but then now she drops that, she forgets she says that, or she forgets that that's an issue, and now she's back to that it's all good in the hood. What are we doing, Wendy? What are we doing? All I said was I like Wendy, but we don't know who Wendy is. Can the real Wendy please stand? They used to have this show with, what was that darn show? I got to think of the show where they would have 3 people and they would all pretend to be the same profession, and then you had to guess who was telling the truth. Okay, that's what I feel with Wendy. Like, can the real Wendy please stand?
So now she's a liar.
I think that Wendy and Candace are pick-me's. I just think they pick me. It's a difference in the way, and it just goes to show, even with Giselle being able to come to the finale at Candace's event. You know what I'm saying? Giselle, there's a way that Giselle treat those girls. She would have never invited them to her daughter's Sweet 16 party, whether they had gifts in their hand or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But these girls, they want to be accepted by Giselle so bad, they don't care how she treated them. You know what I'm saying? They got to be a part of it. She wouldn't have been at my event. They just pick me. They like to say it's colorism, but it ain't colorism. Y'all want to be accepted by these girls. Y'all want to be. There is some colorism, a little bit of colorism, on the show. But it's y'all wanting to be accepted by these girls a lot that I see to me. Y'all want to be on the in crowd because just Wendy ain't never gave me no dagger vibes until now. You over here kiss the girl done threw a drink on you. Now she kissing you. Y'all showing your poom poom, y'all touching on it, want to take a bite out of it, and all this other type of stuff. What's going on?
Wendy actually said that Mia took a bite out of her poom poom, that Mia felt her poom poom. These are things that Wendy said.
Wendy didn't deny it at the party. When Ashley, I think it was Ashley, I can't remember now. Ashley said that Wendy, Mia said whatever. And so Wendy was like, Mia, you the one that came up to me and said you wanted to eat my box. And so then it was all a kiki, ha ha. And then she hugged her yet again.
Who would she film with if she's in the outfit?
But see, y'all bring up a good point. But can I say this? Was Wendy invited to Robyn's
it was not. Nope.
No,
I ain't got
They ice you out of filming in certain scenes Why don't y'all ice them out the way they ice you out? Candace, why did you say sorry, Robyn? Sorry, Giselle. Y'all can't come to my video release party. Then what would you have done? So you gotta treat them the way they treat you.
And
I don't have to dag
that Wendy can't do nothing right. She is the worst housewife, housewife, everything.
And apparently she can't have fun either.
Right.
And I'm not about to, I don't have to dag to be a part of no reality show either. I mean, where do they do that at? When all of a sudden we got a dag to be a part of a reality show? Now, she could not invite. Why does she have to be sleeping with women to be a part of a reality show? I don't have to pretend to like women to be part of a reality show. It's still though. It can still not.
Women.
Maybe she
Wendy.
does, and we don't know.
They were just having a friendly
moment. To like Wendy. I mean,
no, we're not saying y'all said.
I'm not saying she is, but she said who was she going to film with? I don't have to go into these Let's Be Honest games with y'all just to be a part of the reality show. If you know what I'm saying, it's the way that Robyn and Giselle treat Wendy and Candace, they don't invite them to nothing when they get mad at them. You know what I'm saying? But Wendy and Candace always got to be the bigger person to these girls, and these girls they don't care about being the bigger person.
I think
shout out to Grandma Holla. I don't care about being a bigger person. She won't be at my event. She would have wrapped the event up over there having ice cream with her daughters. That would have been her. They would have been her season finale.
Yeah, I agree.
Have them escorted out like Mel did to Tisha.
Oh, well, my mama and my sister would have jumped Giselle as soon as she came to the door.
Yes.
That part. And so, listen, the way that Candace's husband is so charged by what Giselle did to him, on behalf of my husband, I would have told Giselle, you can't come. You can't come. Point blank in the period.
I would have told Andy. She won't be at mine.
That part.
You agree with that, right? That your girl shouldn't have invited Giselle?
Okay, so wait, hold on one second, guys. Amani, thanks for the super chat. Karen said that she went on rehab because she was, what is that? She
was trying to say the R word.
Oh, she went on. Okay, I could understand that. Listen, you know what? The thing is, I think that's why Karen regained her, like she took her power back. She decided since Charrisse was going to come up with the shenanigans, she was just going to own her own story. But she kind of didn't own it wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Like she told as much as she could. She just pretty much, somebody's giving feedback. I don't know who it is. She just pretty much said that she was going to, she was not going to pay it any attention. She wasn't going to give the story any more life. I think Charrisse was a waste of our time. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm done with her. She gave 0. She said good night. She's tired. Thank you, Juanita. She said that she wanted to hear you, Gabor. So I think that Charrisse gave a very lackluster performance. I don't even know why she is going to be at the reunion. Her reunion look is trash, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, listen, we got to call it what it is. It's trash. And listen, we want y'all to rewatch the whole season. All of you that are feeling like we are giving the wrong assessment of Wendy, we giving y'all homework assignment. Rewatch the whole season.
No, you need to rewatch the whole season.
Thank you, Ryan.
She put everybody on punishment.
No,
I thought that Charrisse
watch the whole season and check your eyes and check your heart because
I thought that Charrisse gave a really good. The truth came out last night about Karen, the Grande Dame. I think that Charrisse, the truth came out. I believe everything that they said.
Oh, Gabor, what was the truth?
No, Gabor, you
about the Grande Dame with blue eyes, and about the Grande Dame in the restroom with the men in Vegas.
Yeah,
and how the Grande Dame. Oh yes,
Gabor, I can get with you with blue eyes. I could definitely get with you with blue eyes, Gabor. But as far as the bathroom stuff.
Oh yes, it happens.
No.
Okay, so let me tell you what I heard. I wish I remembered the person's name. They was on Sherelle's World. Let me tell you what he said about the Grande Dame and this blue eyes. You know, Karen signed a contract, right? So why would they not show when Robyn was showing her phone? Why wouldn't they go ahead and show us this picture of Karen and blue eyes? Because they full of crap. They could have blurred out the guy and showed us that was Karen there, but they full of crap. The Grande Dame is not in these streets, hoeing in these streets. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe the ambassador of story. I refuse to believe the ambassador of story is out there dropping
Baby, Diva, we don't even know what Surrey is on the map. Okay, Karen out there in them bathrooms. Diva. Come on now.
Now you know what, she made that up because I think that when they go out, Karen still gets a lot of attention, and nobody gives them a second look. Trust them.
Like that,
girl.
Those are
Karen is not like
alternative facts.
Sorry, she's
that
pretty,
part.
but
And you know what? And Karen's showing Philly. Is sold out. It's sold out. That Reasonable Shady, whatever nonsense they put on that production, I don't even think they had more tours of it. I don't think they touring around the town, but Karen is out in these streets, the Grande Dame, selling out her shows. Okay, she didn't pay the bill.
Trying to get their OnlyFans money, their little $2 OnlyFans money.
That part. And who went behind the paywall to hear Robyn's thing about Juan?
Not I.
No.
Everybody run down to Karen's YouTube. You can hear everything for free.
She did 5 of them. They said Karen did 5 shows across the country.
She did 5 with it. Karen did the darn thing. Thank you for the super chat. That's because Bravo protects the Green Eye Bandits. But guess what? If you watch What Happened Live last night, Andy was pissed at her. Now, when he does this sit down with her, when he was pissed. When he does this sit down with her, I think it's going to be raw. I think it's going to be wicked. I think it's going to go down because he's piping mad. But he's piping mad because that darn Carlos King got him mad. Yes. Carlos King got Andy Cohen pissed off. Pissed off, okay.
Andy, yeah, you're right, Diva. Carlos King basically saying Andy don't know how to do reality TV because this ain't reality. Y'all don't know how to do reality TV no more.
That's what Carlos did. Carlos is messy, okay? Then he won't let up off of him. Then Carlos does a whole video talking about should Robyn be fired. Now, Carlos, you know that ain't right. Carlos is in these YouTube streets being messy, and he got Andy's panties in a bunch. So much so that Andy said last night on Watch What Happened Live, he told Robyn, you was already booked for this because you was supposed to come here and celebrate the fact that you got married, but we can't even do that right now because we got all these questions about what you knew and what you wouldn't give up when you did the whole season.
If Wendy or Candace did that, oh my God. The world's in an uproar.
Talk about it.
Diva, do you remember too, or did you realize that when Andy was going in on Robyn, as he should have, he was not reading from one card. He was not reading from one card. That means these are true feelings. Yeah. And he was standing there, even when she was giving that
the lies.
In the woods.
The lies.
She should have been embarrassed for giving the story.
Well, it wasn't only him not reading from the cue cards. There was no music. So they wanted you to feel the effects and the tenseness of the room because typically they'll have soft music playing in the background. It was dead silent. You could hear a pin drop.
It wasn't even the music. They turned the lights off. It was like it went to blue, and Robyn was like, "Oh shit! Oh crap! What's going on?"
It's okay. And
Carlos has a point, though. Carlos has, because it's a way that Robyn could have presented that to the group.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? During the season, you know who did do it though, and nobody knew. Mariah did it on Married to Medicine. She when Jackie had got cheated on, she told Jackie, "I've been through what you went through," and nobody asked her that. She put the information out there that Aiden had cheated on her, and she said it because she wanted what was better for the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's what's better for the show. We already worked through it, but we did it, so you can't really say nothing to me about it now. But the girls over there didn't even really appreciate it. So that was the way that Robyn could have went and said it on the show.
I have a question, Diva, because I kind of got lost in the chat.
What was the question I lost in the chat? Talk to me.
No, I got lost in the chat. No, y'all were going in. So my question is, I feel like Giselle deserves some of the heat because Robyn said on Watch What Happens Live that Giselle knew about the whole infidelity. Yes. They talked about it, right?
So is Giselle her master? Like you're gonna blame another grown woman?
Let me finish. So if I'm your friend, I know your business, but I know your job is at jeopardy. You have this big ass house that I know you can't afford, and Juan is about to go out of his job as well. I've been like, sis, like you need to say something about this infidelity issue because you're gonna lose your job if you don't say anything at all. So I feel like Giselle.
Why? Let me say this to you. Why would she do that when she hid her whole situation with Jamal Bryant? Giselle don't know no better. Part. She don't know no better. She just as dumb as Robyn. So why was she so? And Giselle got away with it because Andy protected her at the reunion, right? So where Robyn messed up was Robyn wanted to run her mouth after the fact. Once she got busted, she should have handled that thing a whole nother way. She should have called Andy and said, you know what? I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I did know about it. How can we clean this up and film now? But instead, Dumber and Dumber, and I hate to say this, Giselle and Robyn thought they was going to make it big on Reasonably Shady. And even when they was talking about it on Reasonably Shady, it was shady. It was messy. It sounded stupid. You want to say that this man was talking to this woman from Canada. Now you want to put her far away. Robyn, stop. And the reason why she want to put this woman so far away is to help prove the fact of how many times could he actually see her because she lives so far away, right? Exactly. And she was talking to some NBA or basketball player, and then she was coming to the area. Then when she got to the area, she had no money for the hotel. Where was the basketball player or NBA player that called her out here in the first place? But your man takes your credit card with your money and he goes down there and pays for the hotel. He's so stupid, he don't even know how to cheat. You go to the ATM, you get the cash, and if the hotel only accept the credit card, you told that trick, use her card and here go the cash. I'm not using my credit card in no hotel, and I got my whole Robyn over here that's funding my whole lifestyle. Now
not even that though, Diva. Not even that. There's no way. You don't know how she would have left that hotel room. She could have had a party in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not leaving my part. Not even for my brother or my sister. Okay, they would have to be in dire. You know what I'm saying? Where your card at? I can pay for it, but where your card? You put your card on there and your information on there. I got the cash. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way how she could have left the hospital. But the thing is, Robyn was bothered because she could have literally, the story would have died. All we got was the receipt from one, but they could have been doctored. They could have been anything. And she could have waited and went to the next season. And the girls could have been talking about it and she could have addressed it. But she was so bothered by what she had to speak out, which gave the story validity. Everybody already knew. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really caring about it. Because people don't believe nothing drunk Karen say, no way. Nobody believed nothing that Karen said.
I believed it. Creole mom, I'm gonna let you in 1 second. But you know what else, we already knew when Robyn called Juan when they was in Mexico and he was activated 10.0. We already knew there was some truth to the story, okay? Because he was triggered. Thank you. He was triggered, okay? He was triggered, and I sat up in my bed when I was watching that night. I said, it's true. And Robyn was losing it. She was crying because she was busted, okay? And then she talking about this on and popping. And then on Watch What Happens Live, she said, we all know stuff about each other. But Robyn, we know more stuff about you. Don't show that picture. I can't right now. And it's, you know what though? Can I tell you this? It's a beautiful picture. It really is. It is. The whole wedding was absolutely gorgeous. And let me add this, and I'm coming to you, Creole Mom. Now, see, here's the insecurity of Robyn. On the happiest day of your life, which is
Amen. I already know. Yes.
Down the pier. Thank you, good boy. And you're gonna turn around and put your middle finger up. Girl, bye.
And slap your butt.
Miserable.
And slap your butt. Girl,
back at you. Because it was about sending a message. The whole thing, everything. Because ask yourself this. Was Ron really cheating? Or was he doing what was allowed? They were living as roommates.
Right.
They lived for seasons as roommates, and they could have had discussions way before of you do you, I'ma do me, but when it comes to the boys, we gonna do it together, and we gonna co-parent, and blah 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 blah. She said a whole season plus ago she was depressed, and she was probably depressed because Juan was doing what they had talked about or agreed to, allegedly, because I got to remember that word, but she wasn't moving on and doing anything. And so, old girl, this whole hotel thing, that was a bunch of crock. Everybody know that, okay? I mean, even she knew it. That's why, because you see, and she kept, and okay, well, wait a minute, let me go back. You couldn't even get the story right. And the whole, and just like messages were delivered in the finale party with Candiace and Chris, Robyn was delivering a message to old girl. So you thought you was gonna come up in here and ruin this, huh? And you was gonna this, and you had him, but he's married to me. Guess what, Robyn? You ain't got no prenup per you, and he's still gonna do what he was doing before he married you.
Yeah.
He is community property at this point.
And wait,
Juan is
community property that unfortunately she's gonna get done just like Wendy Williams. You're gonna be paying for the mistress, okay, and funding that whole lifestyle. You got to be
And
dumb,
we won't feel bad
stupid,
for her.
or both. Dumb, stupid, or both. That you knew this man is cheating and you're not going to get no prenup. No, I would have did the Kandi Burruss. Not only you're going to sign here on this camera in front of Bravo TV, and I'm going to put another camera on you just in case Bravo lose the footage. I'm going to have you double film, and I will not walk down the aisle. Kandi was going to lose all that good money for that wedding because she said, I will not walk down the aisle until you sign it, okay? And he, like a little baby, in front of his boys, he got punked in front of his boys. He said, give me the pen, and he signed it, okay? So I wouldn't have married Juan without him signing that paper. You have evidence that this man just cheated on you. You talking about you don't believe this and that. Girl, she's broken. I hate to say it. Robyn is broken. Her spirit is in the gutter. Her self-esteem has left the building. I don't even know if we could put on the express train to get that self-esteem back. It's gone. And you thinking you put your finger up to that girl and telling everybody, I got my man. He probably spoke to that chick that night.
Right after the wedding.
Go ahead.
And you know what, Diva? Not only did Kandi have him sign that paper, he had to testify into their camera.
Yes,
I'm not under duress.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they had to ask him. See, Kandi wasn't playing with him with her money because, Kandi might be a trick or whatever, but Mama Joyce ain't raised no fool.
No,
we worried about Riley. We making sure that Riley, they can look into the camera and tell us, I will not, you out in 30 days, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't going to be no objections.
I don't want to see Robyn on the TV screen anymore. I'm over the story. Can we
the thing about this?
Okay, wait 1 second. Go ahead, E. What was you trying to say?
The thing about this, though, even if Robyn wanted us to believe that she was happy, it was written all over those boys' face. Corey and Carter, they were not interested. And for me, they didn't want to be there. And I understand they're teenage boys, but the vibe that I felt it was giving off is that this is a charade. And for me, it felt like that the household, if it was full of love and everything was hunky-dory, those kids will be more than excited to see their parents, get married and do that whole thing. But the fact that it was painful for them to watch, they weren't even standing up there next to them. They were sitting down on the couch. They weren't even looking in their direction. That lets me know that there's fighting in that household, and they're incompatible behind the scenes, just as they are in front of the camera. I will commend Robyn, though. I think Gabor said this. I will commend Robyn for not inviting any of those fake women to the wedding. So she proved her point. I'm not going to invite you. I don't like you, and it's going to be the last scene of the finale. So I mean, kudos, but it's not going to last. Where's the marriage license? We still haven't seen that.
Can I say something, please?
Can we talk about yes, you can, Robyn. Hold on 1 second. But Dolph, I believe what you just said right here. Juan told his real girlfriend, I'll be back fitting to do something for the show.
I believe it.
I believe that too.
Go ahead, Robyn. What did you want to say? And I'm about to close.
I just want to talk about the ridiculosity that was that ceremony for a lot of reasons. First of all, you have to call in a favor for a friend who has all these different wedding venues when it was just you and your kids and Juan and your mom and dad.
Robyn is very low budget,
but that's my point. So whose flowers did she have to kill? Who paid for those flowers? That elaborate setup. It was so staged. It was so fake. It was so phony. It was so fraudulent. That's right. Let's go to the county registrar. I still will not believe that they are married until a government official or some government papers are presented. Period.
Diva, it's really quick.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned Wendy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wendy is losing her mind, and she still had the wherewithal to leave her man. I don't think that Robyn has that.
But Mo Better, I don't want it because we gonna take the train off the track.
Right. I'm sorry.
She didn't really have the wherewithal to leave her man. She only I believe wholeheartedly if Wendy wasn't on TV and everybody didn't know her business, Kevin Sr. would still be in her life at this moment.
Yep.
I will stand. What did you say, Gabor?
That hurts my heart.
I know it hurts my heart too, but listen, Wendy would have never, she knew for years. Listen, as long as Wendy was married, he almost had that mistress the same amount of time. Kevin Jr., he grew up knowing two moms, Wendy and Serena. Okay.
Which is sad.
And it's very sad. But the thing is, Wendy allowed it. The men, listen, heartbreak is a beast. And I had my heart broken plenty of times. But let me tell you this. There's one thing I got to stand it with, and that's my money. The minute I would have found out you tapping into my bank account to share it with some other chick, it would have been a whole domestic violence situation, and I ain't into the violence, and the cops would have been at our house. But I'd be darned. Now, you done disrespected me and my body and all that by sleeping with this other woman, but now you using my money too. We got problems, okay? So Wendy knew that this woman had a whole house down the street from her. He was using Wendy's money to pay for business after business for Serena. And, unfortunately, Serena was like the sister wife because for facts, when Kevin Jr. had to go to the rehab, Wendy couldn't leave her job. And if you work a traditional job, you get about a couple weeks off of vacation or whatever. You can't just up and leave when you feel like it. And even though it was the Wendy Williams show, it was the Wendy Williams show in name only. She didn't own that show. So she had people that answered to. So she couldn't just leave for months to go to rehab. So Serena was down there at the rehab with Kevin Jr. He knew two moms his whole life, but she tolerated it. And at some point, what we tolerate is what we're going to get. You got
Diva.
Can we? Yes, I'm gonna come to you 1 second. But like you said, at some point, you know what you got to do. # switch them out. Who wanted to talk to me?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Can we keep the train on the track with talking about the reunion? Because I got a lot to say about not the reunion, the end of the episode.
Well, go ahead and say because I'm about to close out. Go ahead. The train
real quick.
What do you want to say?
I agree with Gabor. I think Charrisse is probably right about Karen because the way she be running around telling Ray to step aside, all of that is very suspicious for y'all's Grande Dame. I love Candace's relationship with Chris. I think it's beautiful. I almost cried with them. I was like, yes, we love
Candace don't tell Chris what to do.
No, she does not.
Bam.
Do you have any receipts?
We can go back and check the
Let Shan finish. Go ahead, Shan. In the bathroom, don't Shan, but go ahead.
And like I said before, Giselle's a perfect example of what not to be at 50 years old. Just bitter. All that hate showing up in her neck. It was very disappointing how she was very hateful at the event. You could see her fuming. It was very sad. I forgot.
Shan, did you see Karen tell on herself, Shan? Karen told on herself when she was talking to me, she say, see, if these young men, did nobody say nothing about no young men.
And she
say, I'm 59 years old. If these young men around here claiming me, then I must be a bad B.
Right.
Who said anything about a young man?
Right. She doesn't
I'm
act
telling you, they
surprised,
nothing. Hard.
You're going to leave the Grande Dame alone. That's what y'all going to do.
But I heard y'all before I came up here say that Grande Dame was drunk. I don't think Grande Dame was drunk when she was talking about her money because I would have been asking Ray for my money sober. I didn't pay for all this. You went over there at that forum and you told them you was going to pay for me. Now I'm finally making money and now you got problems?
Right.
What you got going on, Ray?
Oh, right. God. Leave Ray alone.
That's y'all's Grande Dame.
Okay, wait, Smoke. I'm about to close out. What would you like to say?
I'm just gonna say this one time and one time only, so hear me clearly and loudly.
Okay.
Y'all gonna back up off of Dr. Wendy Osefo. Take your
right.
hateration, holleration in this dancery and go elsewhere. Take whatever kind of reunion outfit you got on, wrap it around y'all necks and parachute away because we ain't got time for Wendy's this, Wendy's that. Oh my God, let the woman live and be great. Let her be educated. Let her thought and bop and let her hair down and have a good time. Be a mama, be a boss. She can do all of it all the time. We have been told Black women can do everything, and she's a fine example of it. She is one of many who's been doing it all. In regards to
wait. How come we gotta let Wendy thought and bop, but she kind of talk about everybody else when they thought and bopping?
You know what I'm saying? So does it, it's all in good fun. Gabor, I ain't Naomi. I'll say this right now.
They hold on, y'all. They telling us we missing the mistress speaking out now. But see, let me tell you something. Not for nothing. See, this was I'm about to call her home, but this what they do. This what these hoes do, right? You supposed to be not seen and not heard. Now the chick done got married. Mistress, shut your mouth. It's over.
No, talk, sis. Talk. We want to know the tea.
I don't want to know from that hoe. Go somewhere and sit down at the back of the church, in the back of the pew, and when they ask you to play, pay your offering and your tithes.
Well, no, we need to know because the story is going to get buried under Robyn and Juan's lies. So, no, we need to hear the other person's side of the story.
Right. But the thing is, though, Robyn keep on saying they was not in a relationship. They was not in a relationship. Okay, we don't care if they was in a relationship and I was they having sex because Robyn, we know that you claim that you wasn't in a relationship with Juan and you was laying in the bed right next to him. Every time they told you that Juan was cheating on you out down at the restaurant, at the alligator restaurant, every time Ashley came and told you something.
Alligator restaurant.
When they was
You mean the emu restaurant, the kangaroo restaurant?
Yeah, the kangaroo restaurant. Eating alligator. They told you that one was cheating on you, and all of a sudden y'all was laying in the bed together, but y'all wasn't in a relationship. So we don't care that he in a relationship.
In the bed together. He came out of his room to lay next to her.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't care about them being in a relationship. Was they sleeping together? Is the question. See, Robyn like to work with semantics.
She does.
You can sleep. You can sleep with your ex and not be in a relationship.
Okay,
that's true.
And then the mistress can sleep with her man. She keep on saying they were in a relationship.
Both things can be true at once.
Okay, Diva, let me just finish up the episode. I'll bring it up tight.
Hold on, Spoon. Let me sit up. Let me see if you want to say something I want to hear. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna shade you anymore. I already did that the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
In regards to the rest of the episode, I feel like if Candiace had a little bit of Monique in her, I would have snatched Ashley up by that ponytail and that forehead after I said, "My man is not interested. This is my event. Do not go near him." And I would honestly not have had her. I was about to say Gabor, have her, Giselle, or Robyn at the event. I'm like, y'all can take you and your light skin colorism privilege. Go to the family day with no food and no fashions and no games. And y'all figure it out. This is an event for people who are here to support me in my career and who have not tried to slander my husband and made him lose his good job at the W. So I just feel like and Dr. Wendy said this, the life that Giselle living now is God paying her back for all the BS she's done. So she can sit and do whatever she wants. But clearly she's not happy and she never will be happy because she's always going to be looking from the outside in on what she dreamt about and wanted, and she never will have it. In the words of Young said, "You'll never have it, beloved." And
Smoke. Wendy don't even was writing on Twitter and going on coming on the show and saying that she don't even know Giselle to make a statement like that.
Who?
Wendy don't even know Giselle to make a statement.
Andrew, where we getting Wendy from? I wasn't even talking about Wendy. I was talking about Giselle, Robyn, and Ashley.
You said that Wendy said that the life that she living is because all of the stuff that she has done. But Wendy does not know Giselle to make a statement like that.
This was in last season. Literally last season.
Yeah, when they were sitting down and she was
exactly. I know what you're talking about, but she doesn't know her to make that. That is a big statement.
She's on a reality show that we all watch and she sees her actions. What do you mean?
But she was living the same life when she got on the show.
A miserable jet for life.
Yes, like.
Oh, listen, guys. we're gonna close out, but I want to say something. Let me just say some closing words, okay? Candace loves Chris and Chris loves Candace. Can we give it up for Chris and Candace?
Yes, we
Because
can.
that
Yes,
was
we can.
a
Yes, we
beautiful,
can.
amazing scene. Karen, we can agree that she likes her drinks, okay? She likes her brown liquor or whatever. She likes her stuff to drink. But what we're not going to agree on is that Karen was getting it in the bathroom. We're not about to do that. We're not doing that again.
No.
Not the Grand Dame.
I don't believe
Diva.
Yes,
Diva,
yes.
can I ask you a question
No.
real quick, Diva?
Yes.
Didn't you say earlier that we tend to put blinders on when we like people? Your blinders are on, boo, and I love you, but your blinders are on. I love you. You know I love you. But no.
Listen, I admitted to her liking her drinks, okay? I admitted to her liking her drinks. But what we're not going to do is saying the Grand Dame is pulling her skirt up in some bathroom.
Now, Diva. Now, wait a minute. Now, Diva. Now, she done out. Now, remember, Ashley told us that the Grand Dame said that she hate to do stuff with Ray because it was all shriveled up and she didn't like to put it in her mouth or whatever. So we know that she's not satisfied at home. So you don't think on one night that woman over there in heat, and you don't think that she hiked it up in the restroom not one time?
Not the Grand Dame.
Never.
Oh, baby,
Never.
yes. Oh, baby. The Grand Dame ain't become the Grand Dame since she got on this show.
Good board.
If the Grand lady, listen, if the Grand Dame can get behind the wheel drunk, the Grand Dame show can hike that skirt up and pull them panties to the side in the restroom.
No, she has the
Good board.
No.
Karen does not strike me as someone who wears pantyhose. She probably wears stockings.
Baby.
Wait, hold on,
She
hold on, hold
admitted
on.
to dry humping a
Karen,
pillow.
thank you. Karen did nothing in the bathroom.
Michelle, you know I love you, Michelle. Come on now, y'all. We gotta tell the truth about our faves now.
Right.
Do you tell the truth about Kenya?
Yes.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Good board. Stop.
Listen, the blinders, I have no blinders on. But hold on, okay. So the Grand Dame, like I said, we will agree to some stuff, but that bathroom nonsense, we will never agree to.
Well, Diva, what about Vegas? What about Vegas? You think that she was with Vegas then? Do you think she was in Vegas with a man?
With blue eyes?
Whoever it was.
No, I want to see blue eyes. They're gonna. It's who I
Oh,
see. Blue eyes with
Diva.
my
Good board.
own
Good
eyes.
board. Good board.
Do I see blue eyes with my own eyes? I'm not gonna believe.
Good boy. If Karen was really there, they would have shown that picture when they were on the vacation. Clearly, they were going on Robyn's phone, so clearly it wasn't Karen.
And Robyn was hurt.
I'm not agree to that. But y'all not gonna make me, baby. Grand Dame was in a restroom hiking it up in the restroom.
No.
We gotta admit, at least she was. Now, if y'all don't, Diva, if you don't want to give her the restroom, you gotta at least give her Vegas.
No.
What do you?
No.
What do you see? What do you laying your eyes on blue eyes got to do with the Grand Dame?
She wasn't in the photo because if she was, we would have seen her
but
on the photo. What I'm saying now, we're gonna dispute facts now. We're gonna do facts to board, like you said. Let's talk about the facts. If production had a photo of Karen with a blue eye in, they would have shown Karen and blurred that brother out.
You're basing the relationship between Karen and this man that's been talked about season 2 on one photo from Vegas. And I don't think that's
Robyn's the one that said, "Here's Karen with blue eyes."
But they've been talking about this since
a blurred phone.
But I'm not denying that they never showed the picture. We're not denying that they never
show the Grand Dame's business like this. Sheila.
You know what, Gabor, I love you to pieces. I love you to pieces. I've been listening to you for a while, but I will tell you this. I do believe Karen has had some drinking issues. I do believe that, but I do not believe for a second that she is in the bathroom with anyone. Okay. That's totally beneath her character. As far as Charrisse is concerned, Charrisse is mad. For one, when she came on, her husband never wanted to film with her. Her relationship was broken from the day that she started the show. He did not want to film with her. When she took the cameras to wherever he was, I'm not sure if it was her birthday party or his birthday party.
It was her daughter's
He walked out the room. He walked out the room. So this is a lady that is bitter, and she's saying all kinds of vile things because Karen has a husband, and she's mad that the money that she was flaunting, she did not save a nickel because she's somewhere in a townhouse in Maryland. And her husband walked away with all that money. And maybe she was the one that was cheating. This is why she didn't get a nickel.
She was
Sheila, let me
cheating.
say
Charrisse
the
was cheating
nickel
with the
for you.
fireman. Remember? She was cheating with the
Yes, I do
fireman.
remember that. So she's mad. She's big mad, as you guys would say. And as far as Robyn and Juan is concerned, Robyn is in love with Juan.
Yes, she is. Yes,
And Juan is not in love with her.
That is fact.
And she
Robyn
may
in
have
love with
cheated.
lying.
She thought she had control over him. She cheated first with his friend, gave her money, their money to the friend to invest. And then I don't care what nobody say. One thing about a man, you cannot cheat on him and do what she did. He has held a grudge from day one. You can tell by his actions.
Yeah.
Every time he speaks to her, the first time, those photos they show, that's the first time I seen him smile in her directions. He was smiling because, okay, we're going to get this money right now. He is pissed. He don't like her. He's mad at her. That's why it's so easy for him to talk to her any kind of way.
Yes.
And it is true that when Candace was speaking about her marriage, Gizelle, the look on her face is so envious. She is so envious of anyone else's relationship because she feels that as pretty as she is. Because she truly don't believe that she is, because if she did, she wouldn't act the way she does. You can see the envy in her face.
Yes.
And I don't think that we're putting Wendy down. Wendy's allowed to have fun, but nah, I don't need to go from you throwing water in my face to me saying to you, oh, you want to do this, that, or the other with me? We're not that friendly.
No. And I'm not doing a 5-way kiss or 4-way kiss. Or
Exactly. No, don't do it.
After you just threw
I'm going to tell you an example about me. I had a young lady at work. I'm one of the chief unit stewards. And she had a question that she asked me. This was maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. She did not like the answer that I was giving her. I was telling her that her superior was correct and how they did it and what procedures she needed to follow. And she proceeded to curse me. Now, it took everything I could not to, because I knew I was at work and my livelihood is, I will not put it in anybody else's hands. As my husband would tell you, would never don't put your livelihood in no one else's hands. So as a result, I did everything I could to compose myself and not swear back at her or anything of that nature. To this day, I have not spoken to that woman. She will pass. She passes by me. She will speak, and I will look at her as if I have seen a ghost. You don't give a person another opportunity. Once they show you who they are, you don't give them that opportunity. And Wendy does have that pick me kind of persona that she puts on. You don't ever give anybody the opportunity to do you wrong when you see that they mean you no good.
That part.
But Sheila, here's the thing with that. If Wendy were to harp on the fact that Mia did what she did over and over, y'all would say she's dragging the issue.
No, I would not say that. I think what Wendy has to realize, and I get it, because it's a double-edged sword. If she does to them and put them out and don't film with them, she won't be on the show. So I get that. She wants to be on the show. I totally get it. You can mingle, but don't take it to that level. Because they don't like her.
Off with them and still be yourself. But I got to
you
gotta be way
have fun
over my time. Yeah, I'm not gonna lower myself. Me and Gabor gave her the answer. You do not invite them just like they didn't invite you.
Exactly.
Then what you do is you pull your money together and y'all be the ones that always those events that Bravo wants to film. And then eventually they're going to have to come and bow down to you. What I would do is every time they call me, I'd be like, oh, I'm about to throw a little tea party for the ladies. Oh, I'm about to have my little book signing. Oh, I'm about to have this. I would have so much stuff that they would have to turn to me, and I will make sure that the stuff is top notch. Okay, that family day that Robyn threw, it was trash.
Oh, it was.
It was trash. So yeah, I don't even know for hot dog. I don't know what was in those trays on that table. But I tell you what, though, when they came to my event, I would make sure that all the fans was talking about it, so much so that those chicks would have to end up begging me. And no, I'm not going to stoop down to your level. Y'all going to rise up to mine. I will not be showing you my poom poom. You will not be touching mine, and I won't be touching yours because I got a husband.
Diva, we can go out, we can have fun, we can drink.
The marriage, you want to say they don't respect the marriage, but how are you respecting your own marriage
exactly
when you're out here showing your cookies to other people? What
Well,
wife does that?
But we can say that.
I know y'all love Wendy, and I like her too. But we want Wendy to stand up, be herself, and let these people know that I'm the new chick in town. And y'all was running it before I came, but now me and my girl Candace, we're gonna take this thing over.
Yeah,
because you know why? Because they want Giselle and Robyn and Mia to be their friends.
But just like you said that Wendy, Wendy doesn't. She wants them to respect her marriage, and she doesn't. Candace is the same way, because what are you doing, hugging and air kissing Giselle? She hugged Giselle not once but twice last week. And you don't want Ashley to go and talk to Chris, but you invited these women to be around Chris. That's a signal for me that you have forgiven these women. And now that he's lost his job, now he's big mad. But your wife then already forgave him. It seemed to me like everybody was in cahoots except Chris. Chris was the only one mad for real.
That part.
Can I say one thing? There need to be some consequences for Giselle. You can't just play with people on that level, you know what I mean? Because Giselle been getting away with a whole lot. And if Wendy or Candace would have done that, it would have been a problem. And I'm not trying to bring color and race and blah, blah into it and this, light skin, dark skin. But there need to be some consequences. This man lost his job, and you and your neck still cannot tell us what he did wrong. Like,
no, Candace needs to give her consequences.
Huh?
No, Candace needs to give her consequences, not everybody else.
I mean, y'all know I love Candace. And
she mean from Bravo, though. She mean that Shannon saying that Bravo needs to reprimand Giselle. You just cannot continue to go around making these fake stories up, even if there are some stories that I have seen people call into shows sometime and they can say something and people will take it as the gospel and will just run around and say it to other people. So my whole thing is, this is a story that Giselle made up, though, right? I can understand a story that just got wings and ran, but this is a story that Giselle made up for a storyline. She does need to be reprimanded for that. Right. But I want to say real quick, though, Miss Sheila, that was wisdom that you said, because a lot of people don't have their restraint when people talking to them crazy in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? And what you said was very, very true. You don't put your livelihood in nobody else's hands. You know what I'm saying? You have to be accountable for stuff. You let them do what they do. That's wisdom. But
Gabor, I have a question for you, because this is the thing. Yes, Bravo may need to do this and that, but have Candace and Wendy gone to Bravo like Candy went to Bravo and said, if you can bring her back, I'm not coming. If Wendy and Candace don't stand up for themselves, why would Andy? When is Candy and Wendy going to put their foot down?
Facts. Mia wouldn't have shot. If Mia threw an alcoholic beverage in my face, she wouldn't have filmed another show this season.
Exactly.
She wouldn't have filmed another episode this season.
But they have to be willing to give it up, because Candy was willing to give it up. She was like, you can bring Phaedra back. I just won't be here. Is Wendy strong enough to let it go? Is Candace strong enough to let it go? I like to see it.
Mia tried to put her eye out. In my opinion, I feel like Mia tried to blind her. An alcoholic beverage in my eye? She tried to put my eye out.
I cannot. Listen, guys, I love y'all. Yes, sir. That's right.
We kept you past your bedtime, Diva.
We apologize. Hit subscribe, hit the like button. I gotta go. The reunion is going to be everything. It will not be next week, I think, because the Super Bowl is next week. But after that, we will get into the reunion. It's not coming on next week. I want to see Chris get all up in Giselle's face, and I want to see Andy really handle this. And I wish that all of this stuff with Robyn would have came out before they taped that darn reunion. Even though we're going to have a sit down with Robyn, this sit down, because Robyn barely handled that Watch What Happened Live with Andy last night, and she's lucky that Ebony was on there with her, because Ebony saved her like 5 times. Ebony saved her like 5 times on that Watch What Happened Live with Andy.
But Diva, what is the sit down gonna do? Because we already know about what what is the sit down gonna do? We already know the story now.
That's true. I think though,
that's true.
The sit down is more for good boy. It's more for Andy. Andy is so piping pissed right now, but he's really pissed because of Carlos King wanted to ruffle his feathers, and he finally did. He's really more pissed at Carlos King, and that he feels like he really was made a fool of, and that he really is not handling his reality TV show without Carlos, because Carlos got you out here looking like a straight fool, Andy. You know, your people over here running amok. They getting paid for stuff they should be put on the show. So he's letting Andy know you got no control over the Green Eye Bandits, and that's what you're gonna do. So Andy is trying to clean up his mess. Okay, but like you said, what is Robyn going to say? And do you think that's just how we're going to end? It's just a yes or no, because we got to go. Smoke, will they fire Robyn?
I think yes.
Okay, we got one yes. Gabor, are they going to fire Robyn?
They should.
Oh shoot. Is Robyn getting fired?
I hope so.
Wow. Sheila, is Robyn losing her job?
I hope so, and that house will be on the market.
God, now you put the house on the market. Come on, Sheila. I'm gonna send her a cash app or something. I don't want her to lose the house. Now the house is gorgeous. Okay, if you put the house on the market, good God.
But you know what? She should have wanted to not lose her own house.
Yep.
Oh, good God. Boy, he said yes to Creole Mom. Is Robyn getting fired?
Robyn not getting fired. She's not getting fired, and she's not getting demoted. She'll be right back there next season with the same old tired storyline.
Woo! All right, Creole Mom. Shan, is Robyn getting fired?
She's not gonna get fired because privilege is a motherfucker.
Woo! Woo! You think the Green Eye is gonna win?
Yes, which is horrible. I want her to, but you know how that goes.
Woo! Auntie Robyn, is Robyn getting fired?
No. Wow. Gonna drag my name through the mud another season.
It goes to what Miss Sheila was saying, though, Miss Diva. Before we go, it goes to what Sheila was saying, the restraint, right? If Robyn is fired and she loses everything and she loses her house and stuff, it's her fault. That girl was gonna come out and talk. You already knew what was going on. If you believe your man, you didn't have to. You put your livelihood at risk. You didn't have to get over there on that podcast and say whatever that you said. If you would have just kept it quiet, nobody else would have known it. You know what I'm saying? You confirmed it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If I'm going to decide to stay with my man after I found out he was cheating, that hoe would have never won. That hoe that hoe would have never won.
Y'all got Diva cussing.
I would have stood 10 toes down. I would have came on there and said the reason why I'm getting a prenup is because this chick that don't have no respect for relationships was communicating with my man, but we dealt with it. I wouldn't have let her win. So Robyn, she got triggered. She let her win, but see, Robyn was always triggered because that's why, like you said, good boy, she was up in Ashley's face in the restaurant, pointing her finger and everything. Over Juan. Juan has played you out and punked you on this TV since the moment y'all signed the contract. So I would have been done with Ron, but I tell you what, like I said, if I decided to stay, me and that chick would have been going toe to toe, but I would have never got in her face. I would have showed her all up on the screen that I'm winning, chick. He's going to be with me. And I'm going to make him sign this prenup because in case he decide to be stupid and slip up, y'all won't get my money. I'll take that. Okay, but now the chick won, Robyn. You slapping your butt and putting your middle finger up. You didn't do nothing. That chick won because you dumb. You didn't get a prenup. So you know what he did? He called her on the phone. He said, "Baby girl, we good."
Exactly. And he said, and you know what else he said? When this is over, I'm on my way.
That part.
Can you imagine if he spent his honeymoon with the mistress? I could see him doing something like that.
Oh, he did. He did. That part. He did. And she's stupid. She allowed it. But you know what? Maybe he's going to get his money back that she made him lose.
But the
I mean,
production,
she worth $3 million.
The production, one would have had to put on a production for me to believe that lie. That lie right there. He would have had. There's no way he could have came up to me and told me that you put your card down. It ain't even about you cheating. It's about how she could have left the hotel room.
Yeah.
She could have tore up everything in the hotel room. She could have been having wild parties in the hotel room. It's so many things that she could have done. There's no way you're gonna make me believe that one was just such a nice guy.
Right.
That he went and put his
They
credit
did
card
tear
on
that
file.
hotel room up. They was banging the bed up against the wall till the neighbors came a knocking.
And you know what,
They
good
tore
boy,
it
I
up.
don't want to go down this path.
Okay, y'all
The
get out.
scandal that's going on in that school. If he was such a nice guy,
Yes.
then why didn't you stand up, talk for this person, and make sure that everything went right by that guy? Like, stop. So I don't, Robyn, nobody believes it. We understand. Listen, I know pain when I see it, right? She's in pain, but
yes, she's definitely in pain.
And she don't. She want to continue, but I do believe you could tell when she was standing there with saying "I do." You can tell that she wants Ron, she loves Ron, and this is all that she knows. But baby girl, if you open your eyes and wake up, and I promise you this, Ron is running the streets. But if she released him to those streets and let him see what it's really about, he would come back to her. He would come back different. And if he didn't come back, it wasn't meant to be. But I guarantee you, he would come back and he would come back different. But she don't want to release him to the streets. And that's why he know he could play with her. He can do whatever. And then he come back and say, Rob, I'm sorry. And she going to accept the apology. But listen, guys, it's late. It's mad late. Y'all done got me here way past my bedtime. I got to go.
It's Gabor's fault.
It is.
I've enjoyed the panel, Diva. Thank you.
Gabor, you need to come up more often.
I will. I was off today.
Oh, you was? Listen. And listen, guys, thank you everybody for stopping through. Y'all know Gabor, okay? But in case you don't, go over to his channel, Andrew
It's a
Gabor.
good time.
Yes, it is.
I listen to you, Lodge.
They cut up. I be listening. They cut up. So listen, but go over there. You got to go under Andrew Gabor. Go over there, watch some videos, get to know him, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank all of y'all for being up here. I couldn't do this without all of y'all. So I thank you. We had a good time. The train was delayed. The train is pulling into this last stop extremely late, okay? Extremely late. I got to go. Listen, guys, love y'all. Good night. Goodbye.
Hit the like button.
Good night,
y'all. Have a nice
one. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.